rain tonight or what?
Hell.
Tried to flag on the first race. Frank said, get the fuck out of here.
Welcome along to our Madera live stream once again on YouTube from Mission Foods Madera Speedway. Great to have everybody along on the YouTube tonight. My co-announcer in the booth tonight, as we do most of our local shows, will be our track promoter and tonight producer of YouTube, Kenny Shepard.
What's happening, Outback Andy?
Well, what a great day for racing, Kenny. A little smoky other than that, but we're going to have some great races tonight.
I think every day is a great day for racing, smoky or not. But race fans, welcome. Glad to have everyone along with us. Let's let the folks next door know. Hang on a second. You're gonna hear a little bit of this.
Doing these interviews, we can't have cars running.
But yeah, let's try and coordinate. We're clear. We're ready to go, guys. So. There we go. They got it. Sorry about that. So anyway, yeah, I'm just kind of fun. It's been, what, 3 big TV races in a row with the LIVESTREAM 100 in there, so we haven't done a production like this, a club racing that I love so much. Jim Dale, if you're out there, I'm not sure if you're out there yet, but if Jim Dale's out there, we usually, Jim's famous chili, and we have a lot of fun out back, Andy, on those Friday nights. That's pretty cool stuff. So let's go switching and moving and jumping around here, getting rid of things ready to roll. we're playing around here too. Let's see who's out here on our super chat. We got Angela, Dave Pereira. What's happening, Dave? Charlotte. Josh was giving us a hard time about being late, Outback Andy. We were 4 or 5 minutes late coming online. So we're actually 2 hours early. We were going to go at 6, right? And then he's the one that's late. He's not even here yet. You're lucky Dave Pereira's not still working here. Josh, he'd be all over you for being late. Josh actually has the night off, but get a shot of Frank there. We'll jump over here. We'll jump to turn 3. We'll throw a little screen in screen, do a little picture in picture. I got a little picture up there on the left-hand side so you can see 2 views. So we'll kind of leave it there for a little bit. Thank you. 3 to go. Zach's going to be on our leader for us now.
Yeah, Kenny, we're, you know what they say, a bad night at the races is better than a good day at work, right?
Anytime. That's like the same with fishing. We've got hobby stocks out there for you guys right now. Then we'll have Toyota Stands MSTs. Then we will have a 50-lap modified main event. And then we will have the late model main event. We actually had 6 late models that were here last night that went home. I think we ended up with 11, something like that. It would have been 17 tonight, so a good group of them in club racing. So having a lot of fun there. Outback Andy, why don't you give us a lineup right now for the hobby stocks?
Yes, we will. We're going to start up the front. In the 4 is Ty Jacks. In the 42, Manny Gonzalez Jr. We move to row number 2 at the 73. Really looking forward to seeing this guy back, Tyler Rogers. On his outside, the 21 of Nick Rowe. The next row will be the 60 of Billy Maddox, and on his outside, the number 3 of James Bradburn. That will be our lineup for our hobby stocks, and once again, hobby stocks building up in numbers.
Well, what's kind of neat about the hobby stock class here now, similar to about everything we do actually, we've got the best late model drivers. I mean, what you saw last week, hands down, best talent you'll see anywhere in the country, at least United States, Western United States, possibly the country. Same thing with the hobby stocks. You know, we've got the best junior late model drivers, best late model drivers. You've got drivers right here from Vegas. We've had drivers come up from Bakersfield, from up north. This is interesting, and something more interesting. Late model drivers watching might be interested in this. We've got a new restart procedure. We're done with the old restarts and all the feedback how we came up with that box. And you'll see a cone right here, Outback Andy. Turned 3. There's a cone. They start picking up the pace right there. The leader has to be the leader at the start-finish line. That's all there is to it. Green flag comes out. Manny Gonzalez on the outside, but guess what happens if the leader's not the leader? Second place car leads.
Penalty,
Stop and go penalty. The yellow will never come out again. The green will come out every single time. The leader had better be the leader at the start-finish lines. All the officials have to work on. Coming out of turn. Look at Outback Andy. Look at Manny Gonzalez. He's been tough, but Rogers is back after they tore that race car up, and that has always been a fast race car. That kind of goldish looking.
That's a really old school looking car, you know, very old school looking car.
He's got some company behind him, Outback Andy.
Yes, he has, and I tell you what, these 2 new cars, Kenny Shepard are doing a great job. Ty Jacks and the 60. These cars are looking pretty good on the racetrack, and we're missing our Bakersfield cars tonight as well. So the 60 has just got to the 73, kind of moved him out of the way. There's a couple of.
I think isn't the 60 is that's Billy Maddox, right?
Yep, Billy Maddox. Yep.
Good race car driver. That 3 car that's running out back, James Bradburn. You talk about a car, it looks like a Dale Earnhardt car, and it sounds like it too. That thing roars down the front straightaway.
Something's wrong with the 73. Have a look, Kenny. Looks like something was either
right rear, right rear spring.
Yep.
Right rear spring.
Yep, right rear spring has gone on the 73. Unfortunately, that's going to be a long race for Tyler Rogers. Look at that car laying way over.
Frank's letting him know. You just saw Frank on the monitor point to him. It's in big trouble right now, is what it looks like.
Yeah, it looks like it's collapsed the spring, or the spring jack has backed itself way off. Because
Josh was. I was going to say something online to him, but we'll have Zach will stay on that 73. He's all over him and showing us that right rear is broken. What a shame.
I tell you what, the 2 look like they're pretty much the team cars. The 4 of Ty Jacks and the 60 of Billy Maddox. Maddox now.
Let's see. Turn 2. 60 car gets into turn 2. The 60 car gets into Manny Gonzalez, our point leaders.
Yeah, Manny kind of turned down a lot then, and Jackson's kind of in there committed. He was a long way up the inside, and Manny just kept coming down. And you kind of see that, Kenny, where he was right in that by the 4 on the door.
Let's see. Let's take a quick check while they're doing this. We're on lap 7. I believe it's heading to 30. Did you confirm they're not cutting the laps, right? I was working on broadcast.
Check on
I believe it's
right
lap 30. They're going to 30. Dave Pereira's still out there. Josh Rodriguez, Jim Dale. Who else out there? Where are you guys at? Steve Fernandez, watching from Veterans Home in Fresno. Steve, good to have you along.
Yeah, no, we are going to go 30 laps in this race.
Scott Farrell, Angela, like I mentioned, Jennifer. Love that 73 car. Go, Tyler, go. I like that 73 car, as I've said many times. That's probably my favorite race car that I've seen in the hobbies a long time. And the reason is it looks like an old Grand National car, kind of like a Sam Ard, the old Grand National cars, what evolved into what was Busch cars, Nationwide cars, Xfinity, all of that. So, again, the front row, we'll see this. The front row sets the pace. And they're crawling down there nice and slow. So what you're going to see right here out back, Andy, I'm even showing Andy, there's some cones right there. They just went past it. They will start building speed at those cones. They'll build speed and come down the front straightaway. You can ignore that start box. They'll come down the front straightaway. The flag will be thrown in that zone every time. And when they get right here, the leader has to lead. If he doesn't, it's a busted start. The yellow will not come out. But that second-place car will go to the infield under a stop and go. So that's probably the only time the second-place car would pray for a crash on an original green.
Hey, how about this for the 21, Nick Rose, started out of position 4 up to second. That is the Steve Schimmerhorn car, and that is a very different-looking car.
Brand new driver, too, so let's watch this restart procedure. They roll there. You want the leaders to pick up right here. The 4 car has to be the leader at the start-finish line. Only requirement. Good start. We're done. We're racing.
Yep. So Rowe, it's only Rowe's second race in this 21 car for Steve Schimmerhorn, and Steve Schimmerhorn has picked himself up a late model, picked up that 71 car, the Esco car. Now Tyler Rogers, charged up to second now from that rear end falling over.
Look at left front in the air, pulling a wheelie. Oh, into the wall. He just hit the wall down the back straightaway. Yep. Let's jump over here and see what it looks like off of turn 4. Yep. I moved to this shot for the fans to see him come by. Back there, watch that thing rocking on the right rear.
White walls on the outside now of the 73 Rogers. Look how much wheel he has in it going towards the wall, Kenny. Out of turn 2 that time. Here we go, look. That's dirt tracking. How long before the tires will give up? It's 30-lap race. You're going to be wearing out the tires on that 73.
I don't think at 30 laps you're going to wear out the tire. What will wear out the tire is that sheet metal into the top side of the tire. It's going to wear through that tire. But we've got them side by side. You'll look even behind them, the 60 car, Manny Gonzalez, and the 60 of Maddox. They are side by side right now. There's good racing all over the racetrack.
Yeah, Manny Gonzalez, we've seen him on the podium most races this year, and right now he is 2 spots out of the podium. So Manny's going to have to really get up on the wheel, but impressive from Ty Jackson, that 4 car.
Well, what's impressive to me is Rogers.
Yeah.
He is dirt tracking that car. He's holding third. Look at this thing. Just about undrivable. Crossover move coming from the 60 of Maddox. Rogers is defenseless, does what he can, but he's got no drive off the corner right here out back, Andy.
No, absolutely zero. Well, it seemed better up on the high line than it did down low that time for Rogers, and Manny Gonzalez Jr. is going to try and make the same move. Didn't happen that time. We'll see how it eventuates. The guy who's been really impressive, like I said, in this race so far, Nick Rowe. This guy's only in his second race, and he looks really smooth on the racetrack.
They're racing hard, and what I want to do right now out back end, I want to ask the fans out there on Short Track TV, can you hear a little bit of static right now? I'm on the radio directing Zach, and we hear a little static in our headset, so I want to know if you hear static when I key up. Now I'm not keyed up. It's completely clear. I'm off the radio, and what I'm doing, I'm spotting to move the camera at the same time. Big battle right now. Manny Gonzalez past Rogers. Rogers was so impressive, though.
Ed Rodriguez on there saying, hello, Kenny Andy. Well, hello, Ed Rodriguez. Good to have you online. So we got a bit of a battle going on now for second place, and that is Nick Rowe, who's under pressure from the 60 of Billy Maddox. So Billy Maddox doing a good job in that 60 car. Now the 42 of Gonzalez. Look out the 73. That was like dirt track style into turn number 1.
Well, fans, let me switch. I'm going to give you an angle right here. We have this battle right here. right here. Now we've got another battle. What we were laughing about is Rogers right here, all over the wall, in the corner, sideways. He is defending that position against Manny Gonzalez. We were laughing. Rogers was about backwards like a sprint car entering the time before that.
Yeah, the time before he was very, very sideways getting into it. And Rowe gets loose, right? So he'll lose
that's
that
Maddox.
time.
The 60 is Maddox. 20,
the 60 is Billy Maddox. The
right, 21 is Rowe. Okay, good.
Rowe
Sorry about that. Sorry about that. I thought you were talking about him. And then our leader is Ty Jackson. He is gone.
Yeah, Ty Jackson's gone. I don't know much about this guy, but you know, a great-looking car. And Kenny, that's the car number that I started my racing career in and ran for most of my racing career, the number 4. So that number has is pretty special in my heart, the number 4 car, and I love the look of that car.
Well, what we have is...
look at that. I don't know if you got a shot of that.
It's on screen. It's on screen right now. Poor Outback Andy. We bark at him all the time, race fans. Stay on the monitor. Stay on the monitor. I'm actually broadcasting this with a tiny monitor by me, and Andy can't even see it, so we're just having some fun here. But, yes, they saw it. Outback Andy Rogers. Here he goes again. Here he goes again. He's got that thing just... He's going to just run the Darlington line. He's a lot of fun to watch all by himself. Now back to our leader, Outback Andy. I'll give a little different shot. That's Ty Jax, right?
Yeah,
Ty Jax. Ty is from the Vegas area, I believe. Now it's COVID-19, so we're not. I'm going to get you a shot right here. I think he's far enough ahead. He's trying to drive back to Vegas right now. They're talking about being another zip code. He is gone.
Yep. Yeah, I heard these cars are from Vegas. Good-looking hobby stocks, though. There's the 3 of them, the 3, 60, and that 4 car. In fact, the 4 is about to pull up on the number 3 on James Bradburn.
What we're going to do, we're going to jump over this battle here. Zach's already ahead of us. We got a big battle right now. Manny Gonzalez Jr. is working all over that 21 car, Outback Andy.
Yeah, Manny Gonzalez Jr. got by the 21 on the line. Nick learning all the time in this 21 car. Great job. Doing a really good job behind the wheel for only his 2nd race in a race car. So really, really impressive.
There'll be 3 to go this time by start-finish line, and our leader is the 4 car. We're going to stay with this battle for another lap. Then Zach will pick up the leader the next time by on the start-finish line.
Yeah, we're getting down to the final laps here. We'll have 2 at the line, and the 73 has spun down in turns 3 and 4. And Frank very quickly brings the yellows out as we had a bunch of cars coming through the 4 and the 3 down there. And that's interesting, Kenny Shepard, because we have we're shown 3 to go at the line, so we had a bit of a shootout here. Yeah, and you have the team cars, so you're going to have you'll have Jackson, Maddox on the front row, and they've both been really fast here, so this might be interesting. Well, Jack started on the pole. Maddox started out at 5, so these 2 cars are going to line up side by side, and it looks like Rogers maybe bring that window net is down, and he is pulling that car to the... Well, he did such a good job. I like that team anyway, and just good personality. It's a lot of fun. Bring the trailer out, camp, barbecue. But he actually spun out about 600 times in this race, but never spun out. He was backwards like a sprinter. It's one to go out back, Andy. The 60 car could actually win this race. They're both from Vegas. They probably watch Short Track TV a little bit. But if that 60 car drives it off, see that Madera Speedway sign? He drives it and tries to hit that sign. He's probably going to win this race. He needs to just absolutely drive it in like there's no tomorrow. This is your shot to win. You've got 3 laps to go. Right here, we're in the starting line. Right there, the cone. They start picking up speed. He needs to build some speed on the outside. Try and time it where he's coming at him. Didn't get much of a start with him. Drive it in a mile right there. Should have drove it off in there. He could have actually won the race. See how slow the 4 is in the middle of the corner? 60 he just doesn't know the outside's out there. You've got to drive it in a mile like you're playing chicken right here. Manny Gonzalez Jr. had that spin early in the race where he got hooked up with that 60 car. Yep. He's back in there now fighting out for the lead. 2 laps to go at Madera Speedway as we turn out of 51-52. I'm telling you, Andy, watch this. Watch how slow the 4 car is right here. He's back in the corner. How slow he is in the apex. Yep. That is a perfect car to pass on the outside. That 60, I mean, you got to drive it in a mile, though. You got to wheel it off in there. Little sideways from the 60 right there of Maddox. And it looks like this is all Jax coming to the start-finish line, Andy. Yes, it is. Ty Jax out of turn number 4. He will bring it to the line. First time here at Madera Speedway when the 4 car takes the win from his teammate Billy Maddox. the 42, the driven animosity, fresh off the grill, number 42, Manny Gonzalez Jr., our current points leader, and Nick Rowe in the 21, Steve Schumhorn car, and the 3 of James Bradburn. Unfortunately for the 73 of Tyler Rogers, he did not finish the race. That was all sorts of sideways in that car. So congratulations to the 4 of Ty Jacks. We'll talk to him in Victory Lane in a couple of minutes. A great looking Camaro though, Kenny. Well presented with that nice wrap on it.
Yep, what we'll do right now, race fans, Zach's going to keep his camera on. He's got a little issue he's going to address and fix after these interviews, but Zach will keep the camera on, and we're actually going to set up a speaker and a microphone for them. At start-finish line, they'll come over and we'll chat with them from up here in the booth and keep our distance, and our fans are going to be able to hear this just shortly. We'll come back over here to Zach's camera. We'll watch that one, then we'll pop over here. We'll put a screen on screen there. We'll be right, as soon as they come over, we'll be right back with you, fans. All right, what they're doing out back, Andy, is actually setting up the microphones for us right now. They had a little hiccup. But right now on the screen is Mission Foods, one of our brand new sponsors. And like we say, put some mission in your kitchen. Support the brands that support our sport, race fans.
Found a new favorite Mission product yesterday.
What is it? I've got a bunch on the screen here. What is it street tacos?
No.
Hold on. Maybe it's the
tacos.
Organic tortillas.
You're closer with the tortilla. No.
How about their salsa?
Okay.
Hold on. I love interrupting you.
Yellow.
Stephen, go out all the time. We got you there, Michael. Loud and clear. We got you. We're at having fun trying to figure out what our favorite Mission brand is right now. We'll be right with you. Go ahead and bring the guys over. Okay, we've got some cheese. Anyway, go ahead. Tell me what's your favorite one.
Salsa Verde.
Your favorite Mission product?
The tortilla chips. Yeah. I found them. I was out doing an Instacart shop, and I found them in my favorite store. One of my customers that I was shopping for had requested them. I picked them up and I go, oh, they sound so good.
Let me get with Michael here. Yeah, I got a copy of Michael, loud and clear. Good. Give us another try there on the mics.
1 2 1 2. This is far away here. This is
okay. You're good. I can crank it up on him. I've got it right here. Michael's our sound man extraordinaire. Set us up. Thank you. Go ahead and bring those leaders over. Bring the winner over, Michael, if you would.
Number 4.
So those Salsa Verde chips go great with guacamole. That's the nice guacamole. And
now we're hungry.
Yeah. Okay, so we're getting ready to go down to Victory Lane down there.
Sounds like a plan.
Down to Victory Lane, guys. Let's.
Okay, for sure. Thanks, bros. Appreciate that.
Michael's
doing a little adjustment.
Everyone's set up down there. Hopefully the guys can hear us. Well, our race winner tonight at Madera Speedway. Those 30 nice, clean and green laps. Started on the pole tonight. Ty Jacks, well, what can we say? That was just pretty much an uneventful race for you. Put in some really nice laps, 30 laps here at Madera, and I guess you probably watched Madera racing on MAV TV so you can see what the lines are to run. That's an awesome-looking Camaro, and that was some awesome 30 laps from you today.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I've been coming here for many years watching the pros and the junior late models, and I've always wanted to race here, and it's a blessing to be able to finally race here. It's a great track, great facility, great people.
Yeah, it's been great to have you here. Like you said, you must be pickering for one of the junior or late model teams?
I used to help RJ Smotherman back in the day, but lately, the last couple of years, I've just been coming up here as a spectator and watching.
Well, he was a good racer in the time that he ran here, RJ. We used to love having RJ Smotherman race with our juniors.
Yes, sir. He's a great kid. Drive the crap out of the car, and great family.
Well, you're online for the wide world web, so I guess you got some people you want to thank for making it possible for you making the trip to Madera.
I want to take a second just to thank all the firefighters and the first responders for dealing with the wildfires. They're doing a phenomenal job, and I got to thank Bill Paddock first and foremost, Battleborn Racing. He's the one that makes all this possible. He is a phenomenal dude. I don't know where I'd be without him. I got to thank my dad. I got to thank my brother Sam. I got to thank Derek, Rob. Got to thank Tony, everybody in the pits, and got to thank Las Vegas Rentals, CSM Graphics, and Sunrise Enterprises. They're the ones that make this happen.
This is Kenny. I got a question for you. How much grip's in the track right now? We're racing with the sun out versus the evening, which usually really hooked up. How much grip does the track feel pretty hooked up to you right now?
Yeah, it felt pretty good compared to last evening. It felt pretty much the same. I was just a little bit loose off the corner, but besides that, it drove the same, I think.
Good. That's actually good news. We should be in for quite the show between the late models and the modifieds. Congratulations on your victory. Thank you for coming up. I look forward to seeing you again. Those cars are really cool looking.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me. It's a great place to be.
All right. Congratulations. Look forward to seeing you again.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys.
Well, great job, Ty Jacks getting the win. Yeah, we'd love to see him back. These Vegas cars, like I said, former pit crew member for R.J. Smotherman. So down there now, second place is down there. So hopefully,
Billy Maddox coming up to the microphone right now. Andy's going to give a shout out to Billy right now.
Okay, down trackside with second place today, Billy Maddox. Well, Billy, you start out at position number 5. Little contact early in the race sent you to the back and really raced your way through to second. That was a great drive back through the field. And that Valvoline car, sure you got some friends and family and sponsors you want to thank.
Yes, yes I do. I want to thank Sunrise Enterprises, Las Vegas Rentals, Olson Iron, Able Electric, Scott Heavy Haul. Just everybody on the Battleborn race team. Actually, we really came together. 3 cars out here from Vegas, and we all pulled together for a second finish.
Billy, this is Kenny. I love nothing more than a road trip, and it's a lot of fun, and especially traveling with a group of guys. Tell me, you mentioned the guys coming together. How many guys in total are in that Battleborn racing team? It seems like a lot of guys.
Oh, we got 10 guys in the pits, 2 girls, and the girls, they air pressures, tires, they help out too, and everybody just pulls together with the 3 cars, and yeah, we all just had a lot of fun last night and tonight.
Tell me about the red, white, and blue paint scheme. Same thing with the modified, right? That's kind of a theme, pretty patriotic team.
Yes, sir. We love our country. The eagle on the hoods is actually a dedication to my grandfather.
Did your grandfather race as well?
No, he didn't ever race, but he loved the red, white, and blue, and he supported it.
Well, God bless you. Nothing more red, white, and blue than us around here. We absolutely love it. Congratulations. Any other sponsors? Anybody else on board to help you guys? I see a Valvoline decal on that hood. Who else helped you guys?
New West Oil in Las Vegas. They threw in some oil for us, and I gotta say that I'm proud of my guys coming out. We broke a shifter cable last night in my super stock, and I broke another shifter cable this morning in practice. So they jammed together, put that car back together so we could come out.
Hey, great job, and hopefully we'll see you back at Madera another time.
Oh, absolutely. I'm starting to like this track. My first time out here, and I'm starting to figure it out.
Next time you come back, look for big things, maybe going one spot further up that podium.
Oh, yes, sir.
Second place today, Billy Maddox in a great drive from 5th.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Outback Andy, we've got a few Smokin' Bees barbecue. Watching my carbs, we were talking about Mission Foods, using the carb balanced tortillas. Now, at Smokin' Bees Barbecue, I believe that's on the side of a race car that was here last night. Let's see if anybody can come up with what race car that is. Smokin' Bees Barbecue, that gets my attention. You know, we like the barbecue, but yeah.
Well, we're going to go down trackside with our third place tonight in the Driven Animosity Fresh Off the Grill number 42. Here's our current points leader at Madera Speedway on the hobby stocks. Manny Gonzalez Jr., another podium for you, another good points night in this chase for a 2020 Madera Speedway Championship.
Yeah, it was a good race for us today. Those two cars are pretty fast. Just try to keep up with them, but it was we had a very fast car. I got to thank everyone that helped us out today. Aaron, Uncle Chuck, my dad, racing Jason and Gary. Big thanks to them for setting up this car.
And of course, you had to go to the back along with Billy Maddox after that little incident down there in Turn 2.
Yeah, it was all over. We're racing for podium and stuff, and we just made a little contact, but it was all good. Just a racing deal.
Yeah, that's pretty much the way I saw it too. Just a racing deal, and just the way it is. As I say, good points tonight. Guess you got some people you want to thank real quick.
Yeah, I got to thank Fresh Off the Grill, A&M Services, Driven Animosity, Caps Party Coating, Minor Farms, Bobby and Jesse James Burks for their help too. Thank you.
Hey, great job, and probably another nail in the coffin that sets up that championship for Manny Gonzalez Jr. as he. Kenny chases a championship.
Yeah, I think he's got a pretty good handle on it right now. A couple of fans out there in TV land. We've got a gentleman, Bobby Johnson, wants to know, is this racetrack in North Dakota? What do you think, Outback Andy?
North Dakota. I don't think we're really in the Dakotas.
Yeah. There's some good people in the Dakotas.
Probably.
Speaking of patriotism,
yep.
South Dakota, right?
Yeah, what's probably really throwing people off is that normally we would have sunny blue skies here at 4 something in the afternoon in Madera, and we would have sunny blue skies. We're from a state where the sunshine usually always shines, but for the last week hasn't really peeked its head out anywhere. It's more like Armageddon out here at the moment.
Yeah, it's like we've come through a war zone. But
yeah, we're, to give you a clue, we're where there's a lot of fires all up and down the state, and we're.
If you said fires on the West Coast, the whole West Coast is on fire, so that's not much of a clue.
Well,
but here, Lord, Madera Speedway is located in Central California, Madera, California. And when I was racing or going back visiting families, you go back to Midwest, everyone thought we rode surfboards and got chased by great white sharks all the time. But I would tell them, show them a picture, it's actually farmland all over here. It's just really farm country, Central California, a lot of wonderful people. But right now it's a big umbrella of smoke. Actually, it's been a pretty wild time about, within, 35, 40 minutes drive up to Oakhurst. That whole area is on fire. Bass Lake, just right beside Yosemite. So if you're familiar with any of that, what they're talking about on the news, that's Madera sits right underneath Yosemite.
Okay, so we're going to be getting ready for our next race, which will be our MSTs. But, Kenny, what's going to happen before we do that, we're going to bring out the 89 of Sheldon Cooper. Now, Sheldon's been on a roll, 2 top 5s in the last TV shows. He's running every week. He wasn't going to run the local series. He was going to run just the TV series this year, and then came into the local series and had a couple of good wins. But at Madera, we have the TV series, the Nut Up Pro Late Models that you see on MAV TV. We also have the Madera Racing, Madera Speedway Championship like you'll see tonight. Then we have an overall championship. Well, Sheldon Cooper's doing so well on the TV, came here and had a win in the local show, and has now decided to have a shot. Well, he knows he's got a shot at it, but to have a go at winning. And
well, like I said, he broke earlier. He broke a trailing arm, leading the heat race, and it's just about impossible to win from a local driver to win the overall championship. Like you said, that's a combination of the TV show and the local show. But Sheldon's doing so well in the TV series, so well in the local series, he's actually leading Buddy Shepard right now in the overall and has an opportunity to possibly win that championship, which would be really impressive. He's had 2 5ths in a row,
2 5ths,
and
2
a 6th,
top 5s, yeah,
and then a 6th before that. So very impressive.
Yeah, he's been on a roll, and unfortunately broke. He got really lucky in the heat race. He broke going into 3, broke the bolt, turned the car sideways. Of safety to just check that car out.
Yeah, because he had, it looked like it pulled the seals and the tail housing of the transmission that went down there. And so there was some fluid, some blood leaking out of the transmission. He had the right rear trailing arm folded. It was pointing in the wrong direction. The rear was up in about the seal pin. right, Josh. Everyone's saying we're here in the flag stand. Yeah, I've got some cameras set on as follows. So let me see if I can make an adjustment here. It's a 2-man show, very small. We'll see what we've got here. Huh? They all jumped up. Yeah, that's kind of strange. Let's see. Let's pull them down here, Outback Andy. Let's see what we got. Pull the flag stand down.
Yeah, you're running this really short tonight. You just have one cameraman in Zach, and you've got a couple of static cameras down there at the start and finish line. And
let's try this again. Here, we'll put it on as follows. Just give us some comments, fans, if that gets loud. I'm making some adjustment because actually what we had was no audio from the flag stand, and I'm trying to give you a little bit of audio. And let me see, when I switch this on and switch it off, it changes my audio, so I've got to go back to default. Also, what we actually, not one to go. Thought we'd go one to go. What, as you know, Andy, this is a completely different setup than we use for the TV show. So I built a whole nother setup here. The TV's kind of like my version of a race car these days. I get to play with these switchers and cameras, and so it's a whole different setup we're playing with. So looks like one to go at the line. The brothers on the front row, the Reynolds boys.
And Cabe McClenny is Cabe's on line too. Cabe, the winner of our last local late model show, and then did a great job in the TV show in the junior late models.
Great job. You wanted the boys, right?
Yep.
Really good job.
The quick lineup for this race. On the pole is the number 10. That is Sean Reynolds. On his outside is Ryan Reynolds, and they're switched around from where we had them on our line. The 2 is Haley Bug. That's the 3 MSTs. Got a couple of Toyotas out there in the 301 of Thomas McGray and the 3C of Wyatt Control.
And the reason they were switched out back, Andy, is tonight in the club race we start straight up, and the pole setter has his choice of inside or outside. He or her, either one, whoever's on the pole. And that's why you saw the 33 on the outside and had to be the leader at the start-finish line.
Now, Ryan Reynolds is our defending champion. You see all those winning decals on the side of the car, along with his brother, Sean Reynolds. Now, I believe Sean got the win last race, so Ryan trying to get back to victory lane and win another one. An impressive Kenny Shepard. Haley Bug. Haley Bug is a rookie, a new driver. Very impressive in that 2 car. And running third right now, not far off of these Reynolds brothers, and they are the class of the field in our MSTs.
She's been very fast, as you know, each time she's been out, and she's brand new, up from quarter midget racing. She's had a little bit of issue with some spins, as a lot of new drivers do, but this is impressive so far. Stable, nothing. It's all pointed the right direction.
Yeah, Haley Bug doing a great job out there today, learning the craft of speedway racing. Comes from, I believe, a go-kart background, that Fantasy Deagles. And this was a car that had won quite a few races here at Madera before Haley got that car.
Don't look now, Outback Andy, but Sean is running his brother down.
Yeah, Sean
closing the gap in a major way. They might be brothers, but they will swap some bumpers around, and they race as hard as anyone. Lap traffic coming up right now, Out.
Yeah, lap traffic coming up. That's Wyatt Control. So they go single file through here, and like you say, the Reynolds brothers, Ryan and Sean, they are not afraid to mix it up for sure. Ryan gets a good run out of 51-50 turn. We often see that. You can get that big slingshot off of that turn.
Yeah, what he actually got was a little bit better roll through the center. His car looks like it's rotating. Watch the 33 car. It's got pretty good angle rotating. It's got a little bit better speed right there up off the corner. That was pretty even that time, but the lap before, actually, 10 car is rolling big time on him. Sean's rolling up to the back bumper trying to get to him. Might be a little bit loose off of 4, Sean is.
Yeah, I tell you what, right
incoming. Here we go. Here we go.
Gets
taking a look. Now what happened right there is you moved Ryan up the racetrack just a touch. That's what you need. That's the good news. The bad news is they're going to find out King Coventry put a lot of glue on the outside of this racetrack. So what will happen is Ryan can just keep the top rolling and probably defend the top. Look at this. Look at the roll off the top. We got a little bit of side-by-side action. This is really good.
You know, normally you would see those cars pull away, but Ryan really didn't pull away from Sean out of turn 2 last time, and he is getting closer every lap. Sean Reynolds.
But what Ryan, believe it or not, actually needs to go up higher. Ryan needs to move uphill, get some of that bank, and he'll get that slingshot off the corners. Ryan needs to drive in just a little deeper right here and then roll, but I mean, it's even. Look at the grooves in the track, top to bottom. You got a problem coming, though. We got lap traffic coming up.
Yes, we do. Lap traffic again coming up. And I think Sean's trying to get to the inside, stop his brother from making that inside
three
run.
inside, big run.
I think Sean backed out of that to let Ryan go because he knew that they could cause a problem down there going to the outside of that 3C. The closing speed on the 10 and the 33 on that 3 was amazing, and coming up to Thomas McGray.
Now, Thomas runs so high on the racetrack, he runs the Darlington line, so it probably won't even be an issue here. Thomas, you'll see tracks. He's got his own groove up high usually. He's actually a little lower than he normally is.
Yep.
This could be the pick, though. This is the pick where it's going to time right here. You've got Sean is going to use, absolutely will use him as a pick. Thomas is staying kind of in the groove. It may, yep, it's going to be the pick. Nope. Just another day, 3 wide. Saturday night drive at Madera Speedway, no big deal. There's actually a 4th groove out there if you need it.
So anybody that says little tracks you don't get much passing, it doesn't get any better than that, Kenny Shep, but that was 3 wide out of turn 4, and we're still side by side.
Halfway, 15 going to 30, door to door, twin prepared cars. And you've got a nicely prepared racetrack. This place is racing so good. And like I say, even if you watched the late model show last week, they're only about halfway up the track. Buddy Shepard was running clear up there next to that Mission Food 5150 sign. But I actually think you could have Ryan could move uphill a little bit and benefit, I believe, if he moved up just a little bit, get into that next step of banking. He's kind of running the middle of the racetrack, but I mean, you talk about evenly matched high or low, middle, and 2 evenly matched cars. This is really showing off the racetrack.
Well, normally if you were the inside car, you'd probably push that 33 up there. But like you said, Sean probably knows there's a ton of grip on the outside. So by pushing his brother up there, it's not going to get any advantage.
Here's what's happening. The 10 car is going to get loose. You can only, and this is a lesson for other people, see he's loose on entry right there. If you stay on the bottom of this racetrack, the outside car will absolutely wear you out. You'll wear that right rear tire out. You also wear the right front out. It's too flat. You're sliding the car right there.
Yep.
So right now, if you're Sean, you've got to make a commitment. It's time to go. You've got to get past your brother, completely clear him, or your car is going to get loose right here. I can already see it happening with the 10 car. He's getting loose on entry. And if you're the outside car, just hold him there. Hold him there, wear him out, and drive off to the sunset with about 3 to go.
Evenly prepared cars in the same shop. Evenly, I think they're pretty even, the 2 brothers on the driving. You know, Sean got hurt early in his career in the MSTs. Hit the wall. Hit the wall down in turn 1 at full speed with the throttle hung open, and lost a lot of time out the seat. And slowly, I think he is closing in on his brother. We thought that Ryan may be the better 2 of the brothers, but I tell you what, I think they're pretty much even, Kenny Shepard.
Well, now you've got a race. Now I see Ryan driving in, Sean lunging in. We've got lap 21 coming to 22. The intensity is going to pick up. Might be brothers, might be fun, but somebody wants to win the race. And another little secret, they were both driving Jason Aguirre's late model yesterday. They were really fast, so I wouldn't be surprised to see them in the late models here pretty soon. But you've got something here. Watch Ryan. Ryan is now lunging into the corner. He's got to drive in deeper, and especially watch it in turn 3. It's kind of like playing chicken here when you run the outside. Stay on that quarter of them and drive it in until you see no tomorrow. Watch the 33 on the outside, the extra little hit right there. That's how you're going to win the race. You've got to drive it in a little bit deeper. Watch it down here.
Get that nose
24,
ahead.
lap 24 out, back Andy going to 30.
That is very, very close as we go over the line. And scored Sean Reynolds the leader that time. As
3 wide coming up,
down.
3 wide going in. This could be a little dicey. Again, 3 wide, no big deal. Sure wish the guys could have went 1 wide last Saturday night. They had a hard time doing that by themselves, but this is really good. Yep, 33 and 10.
Their dad told me walking up to the booth, they said
quick.
The boys were running,
Andy.
We're running Jason's car, and maybe that's hint that they're looking to move up, Kenny.
Well, 33 car leads that time by. We should just call them the 43. 10 plus 33 and be easier. Just 43 cars leading. Here we go. We were going to have 3 to go this time by, and I think they're going to hit lap traffic about the time we hit the white flag, would be my guess. This is going to get interesting. Sean Reynolds trying to wear out Ryan. Sean working the bottom. He needs to make a big run at him right now. I think they're going to get to him even before the white flag, coming to lap 28.
Well, Sean's going to have to try and hold out here because the 301.
Ooh, they touch.
Yep, they do touch.
Touch right there, and Ryan gets a nice run.
2 to go, Kenny.
2 to go, coming to 1, and Ryan has just taken over the race right here.
Yep.
Ryan's going to drive in a mile. Actually pinches it down just a little bit and said enough. I'm going to take advantage of this. I'm going to drive it in White flag's out back, Andy.
Yeah, white flag is out, and Sean fighting it out on the inside like he gets pinched down. Like he said, you drive away in that 33, that may be just enough out of turns 1 and 2.
Yeah, a little bit loose right there. Sean Reynolds loose, but it's Ryan Reynolds takes the checkered flag. It's been a while since we've seen the MSTs, and it's nice to have them back. That was an excellent race here at the Madera Speedway.
Yes, it was. Thomas McRae winning the Toyota sedan Porsche, white control. Second, Haley Buck was third in our MSTs. So the boys done a great job.
Yep, very
Some
nice.
Great racing.
Yep, those boys were locked up, shoulder to shoulder, not giving an inch. Super clean racing, very nice. That was fun. Michael's going down for us right now. Angela says throw jalapenos on them. So they're still talking about Mission Foods and all the other good stuff out back, Andy. Let's go over. We need to talk about a few other things that we like to do here at the Madera Speedway, and something really important is, well, let's go. Let's do another special here. We'll start there. Well, Michael's getting set up. 5150 products on the screen right now, Outback Andy. We've got $5 specials, and they're blowing all of the 5150 product out. They've discontinued it, so when it's gone, it's gone. $5 specials on the 3 cases you see on the screen right now, and all the proceeds go to the Carlos Vieira Foundation.
Yes, all the money going to the foundation, and you can also get 20% off at the 5150 store online. If you go to 5150 online, that's
5150ltm.com.
Yep, ltm.com. Yep, add the LTM to the end of the 5150, and you can get MAV TV 20. You can get 20% off, all capitals.
Yep.
And get 20% off all of your products there, and $5 cases as well from 5150. Great supporters of Madera Speedway.
Yep, and then speaking of big supporters of Madera Speedway, the reason these live streams are free is because of NutUp. Go to nutup.com, use MAVTV20, enter that in the code at nutup.com, and make sure you, we got you there, Michael. Make sure you enter the MAVTV20 code and say thank you to NutUp for these free live streams. Most of our friends right now at all of the other racetracks are doing $20 and $30 per night pay-per-views to help pay for this. It's impossible to run these racetracks without our fans. We miss you guys and gals so much, but please go to NutUp. Go to nutup.com, and that's how you can say thank you for these free live streams to help us keep these going.
Stephen Blakeslee and Kenny Shepard, they like the sweet heat. I like the sea salt and caramel, the chopped nuts. You can pick them up too if you're out there locally. Save Mart, Food Max, and Lucky Stores, or any look for good convenience stores where they're sold. You can go online and get the whole nuts, the same flavors in the whole nuts in the store, and the almond butter. The almond butter. Love that almond butter. You put some slices of apple or pretzel with the almond butter. It's great. Waiting for the Reynolds boys. They're just getting some photos down there with King Coventry.
Yeah, we'll get. They're getting photos. Michael's going to give us another sound check. Give us 1, 2, 3, Michael.
1, 2, 3.
Good,
1, 2.
perfect. Bring the boys over. Winners first, and roll right through these. Outback Andy Foster and I'll roll through these real quick. We do have a curfew tonight, Outback Andy, and fans watching. We had a fire in our electrical box, burned up a lot of underground wiring, so we're going to whip through this because our curfew is dark tonight.
Yes, it is dark, so it'll be that will be around about the 6:45 mark. Well, we're going to go down trackside. Here's the Madera Speedway defending MST champion in the 33, Ryan the Rocket Reynolds. Well, heard you were running around the late model last night, so maybe that's a hint you're moving up. But how cool was that, racing side by side with your brother for most of the race? That must have been really cool for you guys to do that.
Yeah, it was really awesome battling with Sean. It's probably the best race we've had side by side, and I'm exhausted after that race. We were driving. I was driving the car as hard as I could drive it. I could tell he was driving this car as hard as he could drive it, and it was just an awesome race between us.
Yeah, you ran you super hard, and I think you guys only touched the one time. There was a tiny little touch, and that was it. So great clean racing between you guys.
Yeah, it's always a clean battle with Sean and I. We try, since we both work on the car, we try and keep everything as clean as we can. Just race as hard as you can and just keep it clean. That's our goal.
Okay, so last night you ran a late model. Did we take anything out of that maybe that's the direction you guys are going to go in the future?
It was definitely awesome driving the late model. I want to thank Jason and Gary for letting us do that. It's an awesome opportunity for us, and yeah, it was fun. Those things are awesome. They're a lot of cars, so it's definitely a different, you know, you got to be way more on the brakes, way more acceleration. So it's just a different animal, but it's definitely fun, and we're definitely looking at them for sure.
Okay, but still didn't answer my question. That's okay. That's all cool.
Which question was that?
Were you running that last night? Was that a direction you may go in the future?
We are leaning towards that, that's for sure. That's definitely on the horizon, a goal of ours for sure. That's definitely something we want to do. We like these 602 modified too. They look pretty competitive, so we'll watch their race, see what they're up to, and kind of go from there.
Either way, you guys would be a welcome addition to those divisions.
Well, thank you.
Great job, buddy.
Thank you. Oh, I want to tell Bert that we're thinking about him, and hope he gets back to the track soon, and we're thinking about him. See you later, Bert.
We agree with you on that one. Congratulations. Great job. Now it's time for our second place competitor, which is another Reynolds brother. What a great race that was out back, Andy. And kind of interesting right now because you had the high versus the low line to hear what he's got to say here.
Yes, it was, Kenny Shepard. In fact, now we'll go down trackside to the driver in the number 10, Sean Reynolds, to just talk to you, brother. And we were saying how clean you guys ran. It was great racing. I think you only touched slightly one time. But, hey, great racing between the two brothers down there.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. That was actually one of the best races him and I have had side by side. Must have been at least 20, 25 laps door to door, which was a lot of fun.
Yeah, he said he thinks that's the hardest you've ever run him, and he said that gave him a workout. He was all huffing and puffing when he got out of the car.
Yeah, without power steering, it definitely drove up the adrenaline, and also probably just trying to keep off of him the extra excitement.
Kenny Shepard was saying that he was worried about you wearing off the tires running the low line where Ryan was able to get up on the high line. He was kind of hoping you were going to push him up the track a little bit. But because there was a lot of seal up there, a lot of traction up there, was that what you're thinking, not to put him up there? Because if he got up on the high line, he could really get a whip out of the turn.
Yeah, it seemed like the higher he ran, the faster he was off the corner. So if he stayed right in the center area, it seemed like I could keep with him.
Yep.
But I did heat up my outside tires, so they were getting a little greasy towards the end of there. You stay on the bottom.
Well, a great job by you brothers again, certainly turning the action on. And, of course, running the late models last night, I asked Ryan, is that a direction you guys are going to go in the future? He said, maybe that, or we're also looking at these modifieds tonight as well.
Yeah, we're actually looking at both late models or the 602 modifieds. They both look very exciting classes.
If you guys do make a change, you'd be a very welcome addition to either one of those divisions here at Madera.
Well, thank you. That's a great, I appreciate that.
Who helps you guys out on the cars? What sponsors, and could those sponsors go help you out with a late model or another modified? Would you take them up the next level?
Yeah, it would be our sponsors, Diamond Star, Ridgeline Capital Partners. They'll definitely help us out. We have King Coventry. I'm sure he'll move up with us with setups and the help with the motors.
Well, congratulations, Sean. Excellent race. That was very entertaining. Can't wait to see you guys at the next race.
Awesome. Thanks again, guys. And I just wanted to give never forget 9/11 and a shout out to my girlfriend, Wiley.
All right. Thank you very much. Sean Reynolds, second place, chasing his brother Ryan down. Now we're heading to our third place competitor right now, walking up, Outback Andy.
Yeah, it is. It's Haley Bugg walking up to the podium. We're down there now with third place, Haley Bugg, third place tonight, and you are certainly making progress with the way you're driving. You had a few spins, which happens to all new drivers, by the way. So tonight went through the whole event without a spin tonight, 30 laps. So great job on that 2-car. You're doing a great job down there.
Thank you. Yeah, there's always something to be proud of, whether it's not missing a shift, making it all 30 laps, not spinning out, no cautions. It was a really good race.
Yeah, that's one to be proud of tonight. Like you said, you didn't miss any shifts, got through the whole 30 laps. You got some people you want to thank real quick?
Yeah, my Uncle Robert, Carly, Jalon and her family, my mom and Nana, you guys, of course, for allowing us to be here. A big thanks to Kevin Thompson for coming out. He's given me a few tips, and he's going to help me set up the car for next race so we can get going. And Jody and all my supporters at home watching from home.
Well, that's a great guy to have because he was very good in these MSTs, Kevin Thompson.
Yes, I'm very thankful.
Thanks. Great job tonight, and we'll look forward to seeing you back next race.
Thank you.
Haley Bugg with a great third place tonight as we get ready to bring on our podium positions for the Toyota sedans.
Yep, high side Darlington boy here, huh?
Yeah, as Kenny said, the high side Darlington boy. Well, race ends the 301. That is Tommy Reckless. Now, you put that on your bio, not us, by the way. So, Thomas Magray, hey, great job. Good to see you back in that Toyota sedan. And that was a pretty fast 30 laps to click off tonight.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the times were, but I did a few adjustments. And, so it's a good day for, testing it out. And next race, I can do a few little changes and see what happens. But I like to thank my sponsors, Tower District Records in Fresno, California, and iWorks 2010, and my friend Bert Stevens for helping me out with my car. And thanks that you guys are open.
Yeah, it's great to have you here, buddy.
Okie dokie.
We'll see you. We'll see you back next time, Tommy Reckless.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you.
He's a great guy, Kenny. Thomas McGray.
Yep, you've got one more competitor coming up. What we're doing here, race fans, it's club racing. We're trying to give everyone a little bit of time. You have two divisions, actually, the sedans and MSTs. That's why there's two sets of interviews right here. And so coming right now is Mr. Cantrell up to the microphone. Go ahead, Outback Andy.
Yeah, second place, Wyatt Control. Hey, great job again in the 3C car. Just clicking those laps off tonight. That was pretty fast and furious 30 laps tonight.
Thank you. It was a lot of fun. This is my first time getting a trophy, and I'm still learning, but I like to come out here and experience and have a fun time. Tommy raced hard. The MST guys raced hard. It was a whole lot of fun.
Well, that's what it's all about on these club nights, exactly what you said, learning. And, hey, congratulations on your first trophy as well. I guess you got some people you want to thank for making that happen.
Yeah, I'd like to thank Bert Steffens, who can't be here today. My heart and my prayers go out to him. He helped me a lot, him and my dad. My dad helped me a lot. He got the time off to come out here and help me. And we just want to come out here and have fun. And my family that supports me a little bit. But it's all good, and I hope everybody can come out next time, and I hope to see Bert again next time. Hope to see him out here racing some more.
Yeah, we sure miss having Bert here. Well, once again, congratulations on your first trophy, buddy.
Thank you very much.
That was Wyatt Cantrell. Wyatt Cantrell in the 3C, Kenny, and that's super cool what he was saying about getting his first trophy and just learning racing and having a good time at Madera Speedway. And that's what these club events are all about.
Well, it takes you back to remember your very first races. And to me, it's just that feeling, the energy, wearing that fire suit, and then first time you podium, first main event wins, all those memories are absolutely incredible. So a lot of fun. Love seeing new people come out. Right now, again, visit 5150.com. They've got MavTV20. You can use the code MavTV20 at 5150LTM.com and get a 20% discount on all of their cool apparel. Lots of apparel. And then let's jump over here, Outback Andy. We got something else we want to talk about. Carlos Vieira wrote a book. It's up on the screen right now. Yep. KDD Media. It's Knocking Doors Down podcast. Knocking Doors Down the book. So KDD Media Company. They've started their own media company for it. KDDMediaCompany.com. Visit that. Pick up a copy of Carlos's book, Knocking Doors Down. Again, proceeds go to Carlos Vieira Foundation. Carlos helps so many people. There's so many programs from the Gloves Not Drugs, Race to Be Drug-Free, so many things that Carlos Vieira Foundation supports. It's pretty special what he does. So go there, support that Carlos Vieira Foundation by buying the book, and it's very, very interesting read as well.
Yes, it is a very interesting read, and Carlos Vieira does a lot for the community. over the years, he's done a lot. And there are other programs out there that we haven't even listed, and areas of the community that Carlos Vieira touches. So I want to thank Carlos Vieira for all he does.
All right, we'll be right back. We got the modifieds coming out, fans. We're going to jump over. I'm going to make an adjustment on something audio, and I'll be right back with you. All right, Outback Andy Foster. That should be tuned up a little bit. Had to make a little adjustment. Like I say, we're kind of doing a little bit of everything right now. So 50 laps, this modified race, 50 laps. We've got 3 new cars that were not here the last time, but we're missing 3 cars. There was a family illness and a situation that took a couple of the cars out. Got a handful of new cars coming out for the next race, so it should be it's pretty interesting, the spec modified class. I've kind of nicknamed it the Mission Pro Modifieds. I'd like to have Mission Foods on board with this as a title sponsor next year for 3 or 4 MAV TV races from Madera, but it's been a lot of fun. I expect a very competitive race tonight as well.
Yes, it'll be a great race tonight, and these 602 spec modifieds, it's a great way to go. And for our first few races, this is a pretty good car count. A lot of tracks would love to have that. There's a lot of tracks running around that don't even have this car count. They've been running modifieds for years. So let's take a look at the lineup tonight. It'll be the 34 of Kelly Barker starting on the front row alongside Eddie Secord in the 84. We'll go to row number 2, the 4X, Doug Ham, and that's a name we used to see in the Lucas Oil Modifieds. Alongside him, the 29X of Joe DiGavera. We move to row number 3, the number 5B of Peyton Bell. Alongside him, Jaron Giannini. Move to row number 4, the OZ of Scott Osborne, and the 29 is Sam Jacks. The car on row number 9 by himself will be the 31X of Ethan DiGavera. So that's our lineup for our modified. And Kenny Shepard, I'm really looking forward to seeing where this division goes in the future here at Madera, because I think this 602 is a very affordable way for the guys to go modified racing, and there's a lot of modifieds out there, but guys just can't afford to run them, and this 602 package is the package that will do
Well,
that.
we have an open package, sort of. That's why we went to Pro Late Model deal, but right now the business on the track is Barker on the pole, Secord on the outside. You know, you pronounce it Secord, right?
Secord.
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 All right, we'll argue about that a little bit later. Coming down the start-finish line, 34 needs to be the leader. Does it, and we are off and running for 50 laps of modified. We'll call it Pro Modified Racing. Secord, big-time run down the back straightaway. 3 wide at the back of the pack. Action everywhere, little contact, 0 cars sideways, very last spot, but Eddie's just rolling in that 84 car up front right now, and it looks like he's going to stay the high side, so that'll tell you how good it is already with this cloud cover out, smoke cover, whatever we want to call it.
Yeah, Eddie Secord, one of my favorite drivers in these cars, and he's doing a great job up front. And that Trump 2020 entry.
Yeah, and for second place right now, you've got Barker that's got a lot of company, and I mean serious, with the 29 car. You've got the 4 car. This thing is just Doug Ham and other, like you were saying, big name. I mean, they're piled up. And right now, it's Barker that's got a lot of company at the back bumper with that 4 car right now of Ham.
Yeah, keep an eye, too, on that 29X, Joe DiGavera. DiGavera just drove around the outside of 2 cars here, Kenny Shepard, to make his way up to second, was sitting back in 4th, and that was a big run last lap.
Yeah, that'll tell you they've been paying attention to late models lately, because you can absolutely, when the sun goes down, it's not down, but there's no sun on the racetrack, you can overhaul whoever's on the bottom right now. And that 29 car is rolling right now trying to catch Eddie Secord. But pretty much single file except for the very last 2 cars, and they've been bumping and banging and just absolutely getting it on. It's Osborne, the 0 car.
Trouble down in turn number 3 and 4 down there, Kenny Shepard.
And that's what I was just talking about. The car of Osborne and the 31 car. Ethan got, they'd been bouncing off each other from the start of the race.
Yeah,
I mean, everyone. They were running dead last, and it was a nose to a door, nose to a tail, nose to inside. And I'm sure that's one of those situations at the end of the night where they're talking about, you cut me off. No, I had a lot of car inside there. I had just enough. They were going at it from the very beginning of this race. The rest of them had really done a good job and kind of to work their way into a good spot.
Here, Kenny.
Yeah, I think because they're tangled up. You've got a car over the top of the other car. So I can tell by the demeanor of the safety crew, they're looking at that from the back. And some of our guys that were, I don't know if you fans out there in Short Track TV land got to see the race last weekend, but we had a unique situation with our safety crew last week with Jeremy Doss's car up there tilted sideways into the wall or halfway upside down. And I wish we could have left the cameras running that evening so people would have seen how they actually pulled that car down.
They had to get ratchet straps to hold Jeremy Doss's car up on its side because it was going to roll down the embankment down there. So they put ratchet straps holding it to the fence posts, and then we removed Carlos Vieira's 51 car, and then we were able to, like you say,
it was very creative.
Jeremy Doss's car.
Yeah, and then Mike Doss, the guys were in there. Mike kind of directed them, and it was Mike said, "Here, I want to do it this way." Okay, we do it that way if it's tore up, but it's my fault type thing. But it really worked out well. Let me get Zach to put his ND filters back on. It's kind of blown out on our screens right here. He's going to put the sunglasses back on his camera there. It's kind of tricky with this light out here. That's why you see it flashing and kind of moving right now. Each one of our big cameras have ND filters, and so it's like sunglasses in front of them.
We've got a car that's got a tire that's gone down. That's the 31. Now,
31 car. Who's driving that car?
The 31 is Ethan De Guevara.
De Guevara.
Yep. So now let's hope that he has a spare tire out there. I don't know if that team does. Let's see. Maybe they do. They're looking around to see what they have down there. Yep.
Well, they've got two cars in the field.
Cars, so they probably did bring out a spare tire or so.
Yep.
Right rear is flat on the 31.
Like I said, he and the Zero car, well, it's kind of, I don't know if you call it Zero or Oz car. Oz car, huh?
Yeah.
They were bouncing off of each other from the get-go of that race going at it. So they're cleaning up a little bit of, they're actually going to get a break here because they're doing a little cleanup on the racetrack right now. So they're going to have a few minutes to get that thing repaired and get out to the back.
Yep. We'll let them give them some time to change that.
Well, I don't think they're giving them time. The track workers are working hard to get back in position here, so I think they're going to have plenty of time. They had to clean up a little bit of that mess down in turn 3. You see that out back, Andy?
Yep.
They've got that mess cleaned up. They're almost done cleaning.
Yep. They got that car.
Yep, now they're rolling again. They've got it cleaned up down there, so they just had a little pickup to do. So.
Great action from our modifieds. Like I say, this division, Kenny, I think has a lot of future.
Well, when you take it, to me, it makes a lot of sense. You kind of follow the lead of what was so successful with the late models, and we've got a combination here where they can now run the bigger engine combination with less left side weight. You go to racemadera.com, you'll see the rules, and we have something we're getting ready to announce. We just picked up a sponsor that's going to pay $2,000 to win October 31st, Halloween night here, and we're filming it for MAV TV for this Pro Spec Modified series we're working on. So I might as well announce it right now. Anybody out there is watching, all the drivers from Northern California want to come after this thing, get on MAV TV and race for $2,000 to win. That will be an announcement that comes out this next week, October 31st. Big modified race. We've also got the kind of the Grand National or the Cup style car that night. We're trying to put them on MAV as well. So it's fun to get back to the club racing. We've had a lot of really serious big races here at Madera this year. None bigger than last week. I mean, that was some of the most loaded talent and potentially could have been one of the best races. Turned out not to be, but up front they were slicing and dicing. There was about 8 or 10 cars that could have won, but we are putting race events on right now at the Madera Speedway that are as high caliber as you ever would. COVID or not, no fans or not, fans or not, and then just really having a good time putting these big events on. And we're standing on the gas pedal from here all the way to November 1st when we close, when we close the year down. So big events.
Even though the race ended up like it did last Saturday night, it was some great racing. There was some great passing in that race.
Well, the track,
very back and forth.
Buddy Shepard was clear up high. Jeremy Doss, one of the top race car drivers in the country. He's fighting 4th, 5th, shuffles up to 2nd. 1 to go right here, by the way, and we're getting ready to roll again, lap 6 going to 50. But there was about 8 cars, maybe 9 cars that could have won that race. And the only thing that frustrated me is they were I don't know, you have those nights. You could cut the tension with a knife. You could just absolutely feel it. But what you could feel was the race was going to be incredible that was going to happen, and we hope this race will be incredible. 3 and 4, the 84 car. Eddie Secord comes off of turn 4. He picks the high side out back, Andy. Leader at start-finish line.
Yes, he does. Eddie Secord got into that zone, went, and the 29 just didn't go with him quick enough. And he's losing some positions down here, went up to second, and now has dropped back those 2 cars, and he worked hard to get around, have got back around him. So the 4 car now, Kenny Shepard, Doug Ham has moved his way up to second on the racetrack. The 5 car,
Peyton Bell. Peyton Bell has moved up to third, and that's actually right where the monitors are. We're going to drop right back now. The 25 car, Giannini, and we have the 29 car. Big battle for 4th, but I'll tell you what, Bell will probably get the camera slid back up. Bell's crawling up on the 2nd place car right now, but a big side-by-side battle right now. Giannini trying to hold that car off.
Yes, he is. And that 29 car, Kenny Shepard, Joe DiGavera is dropping like a rock. The 25 car,
well, he's staying on the bottom.
He's got with him.
Yeah, the 29 car out back, and he's holding the bottom, staying on the bottom. Again, even though the sun's not down, we've got smoke all over the speedway. It's a little bit cooler. Look at the cars migrating up the hill. Bell's crawling way up the hill, and that 29 car is just holding the bottom and locking down. He needed to pull up to the top and get in that top lane right now and roll.
Yeah, the 34 car made his way up there as well. That was Kelly Barker. Kelly started on the pole, dropped back.
34 cars on the screen right now, Outback Andy. That's where we're at. And I like to say, unfortunately, fans, Outback Andy doesn't have a monitor, so we're kind of improvising here. But it's
I can see it from a distance.
See it from a distance. Yeah. Pretty interesting that there's still, they're kind of in the middle of the racetrack. They're not as high. Buddy Shepard last week, it was amazing how high, and he went up Friday night and found some grip above that top line. 3 and 4, that was the old line. I mean, way uphill, half a car off the wall. But we do have a little bit of a battle brewing right now. Again, 34 and 29 car out back, Andy.
Yes, we do. The 34, that's Kelly Barker. Kelly trying to fight off Joe DiGavera, and they started in positions 1 and 4. Kelly started out of the pole.
Here comes the Oz car on the 29 now. Big time.
Scott Osborne aboard that car, and now the 29 has gone up the hill a little bit. Let's see how that works out for him. See, he got up the hill and then pulled away from that OZ car, so he maybe need to get up the hill.
Crossover move right now. 29 right behind him. I'm off monitor, but that was a big crossover move. Big battle for 9th right there. But we're jumping up just ahead of them for a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 place battle right now in that zone.
The cars that are fast on the racetrack right now are the cars that are running up on the high line. Eddie Secord, he is moving that car up.
What kind of lap times is he running?
I can go back and I can tell you exactly the lap time.
Grab it off the computer there. Move around.
Yep. We'll give you the lap time next time by for Eddie Secord.
Side-by-side battle down the back straightaway right now. The old, it's going to be a 3-way battle here for
Eddie Secord has run a 14.923. That was the best lap. Last lap was a 15.092 in race trim, and the fast lap was a 9.23. That's pretty quick, Kenny Shepard. A 14.923 for these. The 602 modifieds.
Battle for 6, Outback Andy. Battle for 6, and Scott Osborne's in a sandwich right now. He's trying to move forward, but he's got a lot of company on his back bumper. Crossover, sideways. Osborne got real loose off of turn 4 right now. Incoming on the inside right here.
Yeah, Sam Jacks, that's the other 29. That white, blue, and red 29 is Sam Jacks. The black 29 with an X on it, that is Joe DiGavera. So DiGavera in the black car, Jackson the white car. So the OZ unfortunately lost a position down there.
Now Sam Jacks is running what, 7th? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th.
Yeah,
7th. Now Sam Jacks was on the podium at the last race. I mean, battling for a.
Unfortunately, our timing has gone south on us, so we've had to rely on just looking and counting cars.
Yep.
Back to the old days. So Eddie Secord.
Back on monitor is Eddie up front in that 84 car, and he is absolutely flying on the top. He's been such a good race car driver, and then now with this groove moving uphill, when they used to run the Lucas Mod races, he and Scott Winters would absolutely put a clinic on rolling the high side. He's going way up the racetrack right now. Back to our 2nd place car on monitor right now, Andy.
Eddie Secord has had more laps around here probably than everybody else put together. So, yeah, he's done a lot of racing here in the former Lucas Oil Modified Series.
Doug Ham, speaking of former Lucas Mod, Doug Ham on screen right now, second place competitor. That number 4 car, he's also rolling the high side very nicely. Not quite as high as Eddie. Eddie's made a big commitment. Rolls in probably half a car length higher than Ham is, but both up in that high side, the middle part of the racetrack.
Yeah, Ham's about half a tenth off of Eddie Secord right now per lap. So let's see what happens as they come by the line this time for Eddie Secord. That's a 15.136. Ham runs a 283.
Peyton Bell on camera right now, third place competitor. Peyton Bell rolling very nicely too. Lap 28. Secord has come to lap 28 right now of 50.
That's the final podium spot. The number 5B of Peyton Bell.
Hey, looks really good. Let's watch on monitor right here. See, he kind of enters into the middle. A little bit less, actually. Back at Giannini's on screen right now. And we've got just Zach, our one cameraman. Zach's the one that was going crazy getting those cool shots for us last week. Our cameraman, he was all over the place. But right now, Giannini's on screen, so that's 4th place. And he's moved back to the bottom of the racetrack to see if he could find anything there. A few of the cars even back behind Giannini. The next car back, 34. Zach will probably float back there a little bit. Lap 31, by the way, coming to 50.
Giannini's 2 to 3 tenths faster than the 5 car right now of Peyton Bell. So the 25 car is slowly closing in on that 5 car.
And interesting, the 5 car of Bell is using the middle of the racetrack, not a full commitment. Giannini is running high down the straightaways and then sweeping that car real low. And he's actually, like you said, you can see it on the racetrack. He's actually closing in right there.
Yes, he is. We'll take a look at Eddie Secord. That time runs a 15.077. Doug Ham runs a 1.40. So like I said, it's kind of like half a tenth. Well, about half a second. So we'll see how this
Zach's
works
kind
out.
of working his way back through the pack out back end. He's on the 29 car right here, and I think he's going to fall back to the 29 car of Jax and Oz next, Osborne. That battle's heating up. We got Giannini fell back a little bit. Bell moved higher up the racetrack. Now he looks to be pulling away from Giannini for that 4th or 3rd place battle, pardon me.
Off camera, Eddie Secord has just put a lap on the 31X of Ethan De Guevara. So Eddie Secord carving his way through here.
Well, and on camera right now, Jax is sideways. Sam Jax off of turn 4. He's got trouble. Eddie in that fast 84 car. Start-finish line now. He's within a quarter of a straightaway right now of Sam Jackson. Sam Jackson looks like a dirt sprint car driver. Look at those hands in there right now. Back end. He's on monitor. Watch this.
Yeah, look how sideways that car is.
That, as Stephen Blakesley would say, slideways, wouldn't he?
Yep, slideways. That is some dirt track style. I guess this kid probably ran out there at the dirt track in Vegas somewhere because he is sliding this car around.
Scott Osborne on monitor right now. Jax is taking us sideways, big time. Sam Jax sideways, way up the racetrack. Look how sideways he is now. Oz is running him down, and Jax is just letting that right rear have everything he can give it with that right foot pedal.
Yeah, he certainly is abusing. That's right rear abuse going on there, Kenny Shepard.
You say beer abuse?
No, right rear abuse.
Right rear, not right beer abuse.
Yeah.
I was confused. Okay, so this is a big battle right now, and it's actually, let's see, Secord's here. That's a battle for 8th, I believe, and Secord is going to come into your picture. So Zach will stay right here for us because that's the leader crawling in on that 0 car. Lap 40, 10 to go. The leader's crawling right in on Osborne right now.
Yes, 9 laps left to go now for Eddie Secord. Fast Eddie Secord in that 84 entry. Let's take a look at Doug Ham. Doug Ham is actually the last 3 laps has been running faster times than Eddie Secord. But he's about to come up to a bunch of traffic here. That's Jax and the OZ car of Osborne.
Lap 42, that's Sam Jax right there. Right behind him is Scott Osborne, and right behind him Secord. Eddie Secord is underneath Osborne right now down the front straightaway. That's our leader. So we'll end up, we're coming to lap 44. We'll just stay with the leader right now, the 84, because Jax is sideways driving away, but I think Secord's going to run him down.
The other car that's an animal out there is that 31X of Ethan DiGavari, he has really struggled. Ham got by him. That car has been pushing like a dump truck in the 31X.
Yeah, interesting, because the 31 is about ready to blow the right front tire off from pushing. The 29 of Sam Jacks, which Secord's underneath him right now, is about to blow the right rear off. Maybe they could get together and put a setup on a car and go beat Secord. Secord's just smooth as silk. Last race, they put on an absolute festival of a race for the front. It was really interesting, but Eddie's just been on a Saturday night drive, or a Sunday drive on a Saturday night right now.
Yep. He's been able to put that car to the outside, the inside, the middle. That car's been on a rail for Eddie Secord. The last time by, Eddie Secord steps it up to a 138, a 252 for a second place car.
Lap 47 right now, Outback Andy, 3 to go.
Yes, 3 to go. And be 2 at the line this time for Eddie Secord when he gets his way back to the line. Too late for Ham, I think, even though Ham is putting... Hey, he ran a 14.999, Kenny Shepard.
Yep, will be white flag next time by. We're just going to stay on Eddie Secord, the 84 car, all the way to the finish. White flag coming. Zach does that beautiful freeze moves for us all the time. So, again, it looks like a Sunday drive on a Saturday for Eddie Secord.
Yes, Eddie Secord. I'm sure he's going to want to thank his wife when he gets out of here. A big supporter of his in that 84 car.
Coming to the checkered flag right now. Eddie Secord off of turn 4. Takes the victory here at the Madera Speedway. It was what? Second place in the first race. Put on a big thriller for us. So that was what a fun race. Smooth as can be. Again, this is a building class. We've got them. They'll run at the Harvest Classic again. It looks like we'll have another 4 for that race event. And then it looks like we'll have about 20, 21 cars for the Halloween night, October 31st MAV TV show. $2,000 to win. We're getting ready to announce the sponsor of that this week. So looking forward to this class building up and having some fun with it.
Doug Ham ran second. Filling the podium tonight was the number 5 of Peyton Bell. Just outside the podium, the 25 of Jaron Giannini, and filling the fast 5 tonight, the 34. That's Kaylee Barker. Kaylee Barker held on to fifth spot, so great job to Kaylee Barker in the 34 car, filling the final fast 5 spots on the racetrack. Unfortunately, our timing went south, so I can't give you the rest of the finishing results, as Eddie's crew are going to go down there, and those guys are very, very happy. That car was absolutely on a rails tonight.
Yep, on rails. He's been on rails all weekend, really good. So as we've got some handful of other really tough competitors coming in, scheduled to come in October, that'll be pretty interesting. Late model drivers are moving their equipment to the infield right now, race fans. We've got one main event to go, a 40-lap late model main event. Of course, you know, we're early. We were actually going to go live here. Let's see, what time would it have been? About 30 minutes from now we were going live. But last night, as the lights were on the back straightaway, one of the lights went down gently. One of our officials let me know they smelled a little electrical smell. By the time I got over there, another 3 or 4 light poles went down. It burned up a lot of wiring underground. So unfortunately, it'll be a major overhaul, but we're going to make it happen before next Friday night, before the next MAV TV big event, which round 7 coming up for the Nut Up Pro late models and the 5150 junior late models from right here at the Madera Speedway, turning those shows every 2 weeks. And if you want to watch some intense racing, tune in next Saturday night. This place is racing incredible, high, low, all around. You can be on the bottom, you can be on the top, and tune in next Saturday night if you really want to see some intense action. Well, let's see how Michael is doing right now. See if Michael can hear me. Michael, go ahead and give us a test. We're ready for it. Nope, we don't have anything there, Michael. Give us another test if you would. Sounds like I got you now.
1, 2, test 1, 2.
Yep, good job, thank you. Again, very small crew. Michael's our...
All right, 84.
Yep, he's calling them in. He runs our spotter stand from the tower communicating information, so he volunteered to go down and help us out. It's like Eddie's walking up to the microphone now. After that second place finish, Andy, he might be happy about first.
Yes, he might, Kenny Shepard. Well, we're going to go down trackside now to the winner in the 84 car. Fast Eddie Secord. Eddie Big win tonight. This car looked like it was on a rails. Didn't matter whether you run the low line, the middle, or the high line. This car seemed very, very good all over the racetrack, and you had a nice, comfortable lead over Doug Ham. So great night's racing here at Madera for the second round of these 602 modifieds.
Yeah, no, last race car got way, way, way tight, and then I got into that lapper there in the middle of it, and it really made it tight. This time I made some adjustments at home and tried a couple new things, and I watched the late model race last weekend on TV and saw the high side was pretty good, so I figured I was going to stick with that. But it would go low, high, middle. It was a really good car.
Andy, you were a little bit higher on the racetrack than everyone else, so maybe that was an advantage watching Short Track TV last week. But this track with this new rubberized coat, it's not real aggressive to tires, but the groove is moving higher up the hill. And we've actually seen some, Buddy Shepard, for example, last week was clear up above that third line. Do you think in nighttime conditions, the modifieds can get that high on the track as well?
Yeah, man, we talked about earlier about maybe the heat, but we didn't get real hot today. So I was figuring, if it cooled down, you could probably move it up a whole nother groove. It's just, there's some grip up there. The bottom's good, but man, the momentum is the key here. So I just left it up there.
We talked about it the last time, actually, you're on the podium, second place, how fun it is to run these 602s and to run this style of modified. I just announced a few minutes ago, October 31st, we've got a sponsor. It'll be a $2,000 to win modified race here that we're filming it for MAV TV. What would you tell your fellow competitors, maybe modified drivers that haven't been at the Madera Speedway, about potentially coming out and racing with you guys on MAV TV on October 31st?
Man, I would tell everybody, just come out, man. This is the best short track on the West Coast. I've been to a lot of them, been all over the Western United States, and if you want a good race, you come to Madera because there's 2-3 grooves, and bring them all out. Let's go racing. This 602 class is, it's fun to drive. I enjoy the hell out of it. I like it better than the big motor.
Well, we tend to see the best competition here at the Madera Speedway, meaning not from Madera, but it's kind of a collection. So to see the late models, you'll see the best. Somebody from up north, somebody from Vegas, somebody from Phoenix, whatever. You really want to create that with a modified. So I think that October 31st race on MAV TV, that's what we want to create. If you're a top-notch modified driver, bring it down here. Go head-to-head with you and the rest of the guys and put on a heck of a show. Tell us who, I see a lot of sponsors on board your car. See a red, white, and blue sticker on that car, too. Tell us who's there supporting you.
Hey, I got to thank Pinnacle Peaks. He's been with me for 5 or 6 years. He's in a little struggle right now, but he's still a sponsor. Secord Motorsports, KH Enterprises, LES, Total Power, Kenny. He's the man with the starters and the alternators. And Dean Kuntz, I run with him on the Spears deal when we run in that. But everybody involved, my crew, Eric, Ken, Ward didn't make it, my kid, my wife, everybody. It just, everybody takes everybody to support. And when I tell my wife I got 3 races in a row this month, she just said, okay. So that means I can go.
Well, she's been with you a while, so she knows how the racing is out back in the booth here. Eddie, that was a great show by you tonight in the 84 car. Really looks forward to seeing you back for the next round.
Yeah, we're coming back, and we'll be here through the whole deal here to support this 602 deal.
Thanks, buddy. Great job again.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Fast Eddie Secord aboard the 84 entry.
Looks like we should hear from Doug Ham next, coming up, walking up to the microphone right now. Check on everybody down at the other end. Check our switch here. Back over here is Doug walking up right now. So go ahead, out back, Andy.
Well, we're down there with second place, Doug Ham, who certainly knows his way around the Madera Speedway. Hey, great to see you back here, Doug. I know you ran some pretty cool laps out there tonight. A lot of them were fast and Eddie, but you just got that break by the time you got to second place.
Yeah, it seems like we got spread out there and everybody was just running their own pace. And, I give it to Secord. He's got a hot rod. It's going to be tough to come back and beat him. But congratulations to Secord. And I'd like to thank Chris Bray for setting up the car and the family at home letting me go race. And even though it's second place, I know my mom upstairs was looking down at us tonight. Thank you.
Hey, great job by you once again. It's good to see you back at Madera. Like I say, you've been here before with the Luke Store Modifieds, and it's great to have you back. This is a great class, the 602 Modifieds.
Yeah, it is. I hope we get rolling here. We got a couple races here, a couple at Irwindale, go down to Havasu, and just have fun. You know, get out of town and try some different competitors, different tracks, and hopefully we can get this thing rolling.
Well, Doug, this is Kenny. We're planning on lighting a fire. Eddie and I were just chatting about it. We've got a sponsor, a $2,000 win, October 31st. We're putting you guys on MAV TV here. Hopefully that'll also set the stage for some of the guys for Havasu and even races after that to kind of light a fire into this thing going into the off season. So you've won a race. Eddie's won a race. He was second. Now you're second. So maybe it's your shot at this next one coming up here in 2 weeks from second to first.
I hope so. That'd be quite the celebration for me to get a win. That would be pretty awesome.
Who helps you guys out on that car? What decals are all over that thing?
Fields Fabrication is number one, and I got Ewan Brothers Towing, Mike with the Crispy Critters, and Mojave Electric with Al Budd, and the family. The family all pulls what we can together, and she gives me what I need to go racing, and then we come out and go racing.
Yeah, you guys are a class act. It's a lot of fun having you here. Thank you so much for racing here. I can't wait to see you guys here again in a couple of weeks, and then set up for that big Halloween night.
Thank you, and thank you to Madera Speedway for having us, and rock out.
Thank you. Have a great night. Be safe heading home.
Thank you.
Yeah,
good competitors, Andy.
They are. They're very, very good competitors. Seen these guys race for a lot of years, like I say, with the Lucas Oil Modifieds, as we get ready to bring our third place competitor up to the podium tonight. And this guy had a pretty good run tonight.
Peyton Bell, right?
Yep, Peyton Bell. Well, third place for the 602 Modifieds this afternoon, Peyton Bell. Hey, great job, first of all, to get this car up to third. You started in fifth position on the initial start today. Looked like it was a pretty uneventful race for you, just trying to run down that 4 car in front of you.
Yeah, it was crazy the first couple laps there, and then we got put on the top for the restart, and that helped a ton because the high groove was the groove to run tonight. So Kenny did a good job getting the high groove good, and that's basically where we stayed for the whole night. We're just shaking the car down. I'm just happy to be here and grateful. My uncle's supposed to be racing it in 2 weeks, so basically he helped me out to get here, as well as Chris Bray and Jacob Bishop, and gave my spotter Scott Bedford some practice for 2 weeks. So we're getting it fast for Uncle B, and we'll bring it back in 2 weeks, and hopefully it'll be faster than it was with me driving it.
Peyton, this is Kenny. What'd you learn? What was the difference, or what did it feel like between the high side and the bottom of the track, and what'd you learn on the high side tonight?
Well, this is only my second time racing Madera. We raced last year for the tour race and won here last year. And basing it off last summer to tonight, it was crazy with all the smoke and no sunlight and all the VHT. For me, it felt like going down and hitting the rumble strips, almost entering each corner and letting the nose shove up to the apex. That's what was fastest for me. And it's crazy how much the track has changed just from first practice to the race. And I tried the bottom, and the top was the way to go. It was mind-boggling how much faster it was.
Yeah, and there's a lot of times you watch late models, they'll drive it in so deep, they almost lose the car, and then the top's like a cushion on a dirt track where it catches them. But it can be a lot of fun up there, but it's absolutely come around. Who helps you guys out on that race car? What decals are all over it?
So we got Autos Unlimited in Las Vegas, and Patrick Signs with the decal work, the Dean family, and the Bell Limousine. And the main supporters, though, is Phil's Fabrication and Pathfinder. All their shocks, chassis work, setup, Chris Bray, Joe Wood, they just make it happen. So, like I said, I'm just grateful to be here and have an opportunity to race.
Well, Peyton Outback, Andy up here. We certainly love having you at Madera, and that's a Pathfinder chassis, right?
Yep, Pathfinder Phil's Fab.
Very, very, very cool. We look forward to seeing you back in a couple of weeks when there's some decent money on the line for these 602 Modifieds.
Absolutely. Thank you. Good job on the track, Kenny.
Yeah, Kenny just gave you the thumbs up down there, Peyton. So, yeah, it was a great job today. Peyton Bell, third. Doug Ham, second. And Fast East Accord getting the win. Kenny, we've got late models coming our way for the final event this afternoon. And we got some great cars out there. It's going to be a great race for our late models this afternoon.
Yep, before we get to that, just again, it's nice to have the modified guys here. They're so classy, a lot of fun to work with. Big group of guys trying to build something special. We're helping them out. Something weird going on here, Andy. It almost feels like it's dark already, heading to dark, and it's 5:30. And like I said, we've got a new curfew tonight. It's called dark. We had a curfew last Saturday night, and it was called Too Many Guys Wrecking Race Cars, Ruining the Race for everybody, all of us fans that wanted to watch a good race. That shoved us up right against curfew. Crazy finish last week. We had curfew struck at the same time we had a busted start, at the same time we had a crash with the leaders, with a procedure that we've adjusted for the drivers, which I want to talk about that a little bit, which we threw that procedure out finally. It's gone. But what we were under there last week, Andy, was just crazy. You could feel it in the air. You could feel the tension. There was no give and take from the drivers. Hammer down through the entire field. And as a race fan, I never got to see what was about to unfold up front. And I wanted to see that race. And so, again, with a different curfew tonight, dark as curfew because the lights went out. And this 2020 just keeps kicking us in the rear end, but we're fighting back in every turn. Last Saturday night, we hit 11 o'clock, and I don't know. There's still part of me I want to see the rest of that race.
The Madera Fairground electricians and the contractors are going to have some work to do here at Madera Speedway during the week to get our lights back on. You know, Kenny, I think things ended under a bit of a cloud last Saturday night, but the whole week there's been a cloud here right over the racetrack. I don't think, especially in series where I live, I don't think the sun has poked its head out all week. It's just been really eerie how, like, it looks like it's 5:30 now, and it feels like it would be about 8,
Well, and I
8:30.
think to that point, let me jump in. I had so many people this week. How upset are you, or how this or that, or how bad is everything, or even people calling, oh, this is horrible, this is terrible. You know, everyone, obviously in the racing world, we get a little bit selfish as drivers, and I was just as bad when I was a race car driver. I'm sure you were.
Yep.
But to me, it's not bad. It's incredible that we're racing. We're paying record purses. We've got nobody in, you know, no fans are allowed in the grandstands. You'll see people in the grandstands. It's spotters or crew members because we're trying to spread them out. And to be able to race at the level that we're racing, continue to push the Madera Speedway forward, to provide these live feeds for free, it's all positive. It's good. You're going to have a bad night, but you know what? Even on a bad night, there's people all over the country watching, and a tremendous amount of competition. The best drivers out here, you know, in the country, I think our drivers could deal with anyone, and certainly when you've got Jeremy Doss, Buddy Shepard, Trevor Huddleston, Blaine Rocha, Ross Tremiska, and on, I don't care who comes in here to deal with those drivers. It's going to be tough, and it's a treat for all of us to be a part of this show. Now on the racetrack, in contrast, this is our club racing. We had 6 cars went home last night out back, Andy, 6 cars. Justin Westmoreland, for example, they popped a head gasket. Would have been a tough competitor tonight. Jay Jolison tuning up, not quite there. They've got a little something wrong with the car. They're trying to fix that. You had Tyler Herzog here last night, and then look at the competition that we have out here on the racetrack right now. Absolutely incredible, Andy.
Yes, it is. We got some great competition out here, and we might as well.
Well, think about this before you roll with the start. Who was in the field last week that's here on the track right now? One car. Sheldon Cooper. Sheldon Cooper. We have an entirely different crop of cars for our club racing. That's the incredible part. They haven't lined up or crossed up yet, but if you want to go ahead with the lineup out back, Andy, go ahead. Let everybody know who's on the track right now.
And Sheldon Cooper is basically here, wasn't going to run the club series. He was just going to run the, not a pro late models, but we have the TV Series Championship. We have this championship for this division. We have an overall as well, and Sheldon wants to win the overall. He sees a chance to do that, which he's going to go and do.
Well, it started with tuning up. He was using these club races as a tune-up, which we'll see the TV competitors every now and then jump in. But again, this is just a lot of give and take. Gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen racing. Lily's out there right now tonight after a big hit in the wall last night, ready to go. But again, this will be 40 laps. It should be really, really good side-by-side intense competition. I'm really interested to see how far up the hill they get here.
Yep, we're going to go from the back. This time we'll do it from the back, and starting out of position number 12. In the 21, it is John Schlunt. We move to position number 11. She's our current points leader after a massive crash last night. Credit to the Meade crew getting this car together. It's the 16, Lily Meade. We move to position number 10, the 5E of Eric Seeley. We move to position number 9, the 17. This guy hasn't raced, I think, since 1997 here at Madera Speedway. That is the 17 of Mike Brummett racing for Meade Performance. Move to position number 8. We used to call him the stuntman. In the 26, it's Dell McIntosh. We move to the 28, starting out at position number 7. Currently second in points, Trevor Schlunt. Starting out at position number 6 tonight in the 48, that is Calvin Hedgie. Starting out at position number 5 in the 21, that is Aaron Mullins. Move to row number 2 now. On the outside, it's the number 9 of Tim Skoglund, the former open wheel star. Move to the guy in the Bay City Autos, number 44, starting out at position number 3. It is Mike Shapiro. On the outside, the front row, he is back, race fans, after having an operation and having to sit racing out for all the year. It is the 45 of racing Jason Aguirre. And on the pole line, our current points leader in the overall championship, that's the Nut Up Series and the Madera Pro Late Models in the BCB. It's the number 89, coming off of 2 straight top 5s on the TV show and shooting for 2 back-to-back wins in the Madera Late Models. Kenny Shepard, that is Sheldon Cooper.
Sheldon Cooper, but somebody we're missing tonight is Cabe McClinney that picked up a win. Cabe just signed in, so I'm sounded off here. Cabe, we miss you too. Congratulations on that run, and fantastic run last week. Side-by-side Outback Andy, 1 to go, lights are out. Sheldon Cooper, he could use a win. Sheldon Cooper is 2 5ths and a 6 in the TV show, but Jason Aguirre would like to have a win on his comeback run.
Yes, he would. Racing Jason Aguirre, multiple-time winner here at Madera Speedway. Cooper, he came to the line, he is
Sheldon,
about
the
a
leader.
ahead. Yep.
Leaders, that's exactly the start we want at the cone down there. Now that big shot down the back straightaway. Jason Aguirre rolls off. See if he can lead lap 1 of his comeback race here at the Madera Speedway.
Well, Sheldon Cooper around the low line. Oh, Aguirre up high on the racetrack. And how about the number 9? This guy was super fast in the heat race. Tim Skoglund, the former open wheel star, Kenny Shepard in 3rd.
Tim Skoglund, number 9's our target. Tim Skoglund's absolutely, he was rolling up on Sheldon when Sheldon's back in when the rear end broke in his car, trailing arm. Big, intense racing, front to rear in the field right now. I mean, they're side by side through the field.
Yes, they are side by side through the field, and that points battle between Schlunt and Meade, that's going on right down the back of the pack as racing Jason Aguirre and that water irrigation Corbin Cash entry doing a great job leading by about 3 car lengths over that BC Pizza Fantasy Decals, and the 21 of Mullins got loose, drove off the rumble strip sideways in front of Hedgie down in turns 2.
Missing a fender.
Yep.
There's a piece on the back straightaway. There's a piece out of the groove high, a piece low. I'm not sure. The piece low is almost in the groove.
Yep, they're going to leave that piece of debris up there on the high line, I think, right now. It's not posing a problem. Is that Corbin Cash 45? I know Sheldon Cooper would probably love to see a yellow come out. He's probably on the radio saying, hey, tell him there's some debris up on the high line so I can get another shot.
I don't think it's the debris on the high line that's a concern. Look right by the gate out back, Andy. Yep. About 3/4 of the way down the racetrack is a piece of debris. So they're kind of going between the two. So that one's right on the edge. You could see a caution come out, but it looks like Flagman Franks decided to leave the green out.
The 21, that's John Schlunt that they're about to come up on. John has moved up from the hobby stocks, and John's got some problems with the 21 as he pulls that car to the infield.
Yeah, and the car just bounced a piece of debris over there, so you might see a caution coming out before this is over for that piece that's over there by the back gate out back, Andy. But you've got Schlunt right now battling for, 6th place, going at it.
Yeah, it's Trevor Schlunt fighting out with Calvin Hedgie, and of course he's in a points battle with Lily Meade. Lily is in a battle right behind him. You see Del McIntosh and Lily, and I wasn't here last night, but Lily had a massive crash down in turn 1.
Yeah, there's some tire marks. We might show it going up into turn 1 before this is all over with. That was from Lily's car, and they worked all day, never even made an attempt qualifying. They had to start dead last in the heat race, and boy, she and Dale are just inches away from each other right now. You see them on screen right now, out back, Andy.
Yes,
whoa, sideways
side
they
by
cut.
side. Yes, Dell and Lily got hooked up, so not sure what Dell's going to do here. Lily on the inside in that 16 entry. Lily Meade and Del McIntosh. Lily's sort of catfishing down low. Dell's moving up.
Yep, and you've got right now every spot counts in this point battle, so I think they're wanting to, she's really would like to see this position, gain this position. Right now she's 2 behind, so that's 4 points she's losing, actually 6 points she's losing to Dale McIntosh.
I'm going to give a big shout out to somebody that's helping out, Del McIntosh. Del, a long-time racer, and of course Roy that helps out with this team, the car owner, and Del, they work together. They've had some cancer in both families, and Art of Life Cancer Foundation, that's www.artoflifecancer.org. Go check them out. They do some really, really cool things of helping out with cancer and raising some money. And I know Del would love to get you to check them out. That's one of the new sponsors of Del and Roy.
44 car slipped past Tim Skoglund. Mike Shapiro, that car's been really fast on a lot of these practices off screen right now, but Mike Shapiro is now in third. We're back on this battle right now between Lily Mead and Dale McIntosh. Lily is still trying to gain that position, and I know they're racing really hard that far back in the pack, but those 2 points could be critical in this championship. They're
yes,
that close.
They can. No, McIntosh came around, does a complete 360 there and throws it sideways. They touched coming off of turn 4. Yeah, you were just talking about Shapiro before we went yellow down there, where Del and Lily got hooked up. Yeah, Mike Shapiro, that car is super fast at times. So Mike Shapiro, a great racer, and he comes from a dirt modified background.
I just looked up what happened there. I had looked back up at the leader, was getting in some traffic. They were racing really hard, but I pulled off the monitor. Dale's got a left rear flat, but they were racing so hard. I mean, they were just wheel to wheel. They just get together off turn 4, Andy, or what happened?
Yeah, they just got together off of turn 4, and he'll take that to the infield. Now, interesting down there is his crew member that will be changing that wheel down there. That is Del's wife, Candy. Candy, a former Toyota racer here at Madera Speedway, and she's a roller derby girl. So she's a tough girl, and she's going to get down there, and she's going to change the rear left wheel down there on that 26 entry.
Let's see if we can get Zach to swing around to the car changing the tire where Candy McIntosh, that 26 car in the infield. See if we can get a shot of this from... Yep, Zach's right there now. And something unique, Dale's car was laying on the ground on the left rear. Look at Lily Mead's car. Look how high the back end is. Like it's got a spring or something busted, and the whole back end of the car is just locked up in the air.
Yep.
Way up in the air. So one car's on the ground. Lily, by the way, had already relegated herself to the rear prior to even the coming back around start finish line. She just dropped back to the rear, so she knew they made contact. But that could be costly. Very, very interested to see what happened. I don't know if Seeley went into the pits or just dropped back, but that's Eric Seeley in the 5 car.
Yep.
We know that name. He's done a lot of all types of racing, but he's dropped to the rear, so it looks like Lily, after this is all said and done, will still be 2 positions behind Trevor Slant with the other cars dropping back.
Yeah, I think the team car will probably drop behind her here, and that is the 17 of Mike Burnett. Mike Burnett has first time, like I said, since 1977, they tell us that he got here at Madera, but I tell you what, that's a tough 16 car, the car of Lily Meads. That car has been in the wars heavily this weekend.
All right, race fans out there in Short Track TV land, who's going to win this? Sheldon Cooper's now going to line up next. Jason Aguirre. Jason's trying to win his comeback. Who do you guys think wins? Sound off. I see a bunch of guys out there. Let me know. Racer Dad. We've been slinging tools. Too many cups. Shape. Dad. Robbie. Muffler. I'd like to read the comments here. It looks like 1 to go right now. So who's going to win this thing, race fans? We want to hear what you think. Jason Gary's taking the outside. I want to re-emphasize. For those of you, Cade McClinney, are watching, we have new start procedures. I threw that old stuff out that we were convinced to do over about 2 years. You're going to see a set of cones down here in turn 3. Jason Gary's working their way towards it. The front row will begin to pick up speed right there at the cones. Now the only thing that needs to happen, the leader has to be the leader right here. Second place has to be second place. Green flag comes out. There's never a yellow going to come out again. But if second place car beats the leader, he'll do a stop and go. Or she, if she's there.
How about Tim Skoglund really up on the wheel today in Dean Gould's car? That's the first time since we've seen that car back on the racetrack for a while, Kenny.
Think about this, Outback Andy. He was in 4th on that restart. He's now rolling the high side to 2nd. Big run right now by the 9 car at Dean Gould.
We expected big things from Mike. We expected big things from Mike Shapiro, and here we go. Trevor Schlunk got into the 21 of Mullins.
Almost again. Mullins was so sideways. Sprint car driving just off camera. Sorry, folks. We're jumping around here. Let's put another screenshot on. I'll give you a window picture-in-picture so you can see it up there on the left. But right now the big battle is for second. Sheldon Cooper is rolling the bottom big time. I mean, that kid's done such a good job getting that car faster and faster. Right now, that's the best battle on the racetrack.
Well, good job of actually getting that car back together after it broke a bolt in the trailing arm. Slung that car sideways in the heat races earlier tonight. Sheldon kept it off the wall. Everybody missed Sheldon Cooper, and the crew went to work on that. There was oil coming out of the transmission, ever, Kenny.
Yep, we're going to stay with this battle right now. Second place, best battle on the track. And Sheldon Cooper, if he can complete this pass on the bottom, that would be really impressive right now when I know that high side's the dominant groove right now. Tim Skoglund could actually help himself by going uphill, driving in a little harder, and he's rolling the corner. Using a radius. Any of you drivers watching, Skoglund right now, instead of rolling the corner, drive that thing into more of a point, go up the hill and come back downhill. That's Buddy Shepard was just flying doing that last Saturday night.
John McIntosh trying to race his way back at the back of the pack. Sheldon Cooper now holding out the number 9 is Skoglund, and Aguirre has moved away by about 5 car lengths over Sheldon Cooper. Sheldon, you see it on screen right now. He's in that 89 BC Pizza entry.
Very, very impressive for him to make that pass on the bottom. Mike Shapiro's now closing back in on the Skoglund car. So I don't think Skoglund's car's a good long-run car. Looks like a lights off and flies short, but Shapiro's got a good long-run car coming to lap 25 of 40. So watch for that 44 car to challenge for a podium spot before this is over.
I tell you what, talk about long-run cars. Sheldon Cooper has been really good on the long TV races. The longer the event goes, it seems the better Sheldon gets. He was fast time today. We were probably expecting Aguirre to have got fast time, but Sheldon was fast time. So, he's improving all the time. This is a young guy that does this on a super, super skinny budget. And man, oh man, the job he has done in the last 5 or 6 weeks, Kenny, has been phenomenal.
Well, it's kind of unique. Towards the back of the pack, off screen, from about 6th place back, they've all moved to the bottom side of the racetrack. Yep. Very unique. Your top 5 cars are on the high side of the racetrack. Shapiro just moved to the bottom on screen. Good move. Let's see if he can make a move. That's a good adjustment. Ray Miller is on the radio with him from Mark Holman fame, yep. Dave Bird. They've won a lot of races. That's a big-time thinker and a big setup man. So he's got Shapiro back on the bottom of the racetrack, and he is closing down on the 9 car of Tim Skoglund.
Well, Howard Holden is on the radio for Sheldon Cooper tonight, and I'm wondering if Howard and his wife weren't listening to us and hearing you say go the outside, because since Sheldon has gone up to the high line, he has closed in by about 3 car lengths on Aguirre.
We're going to go back to the leader right now, the 45 car that Andy's talking about. Sheldon Cooper in turn 1 has absolutely closed the gap. We've got 10 to go, as you see Flagman Frank letting everyone know, but Sheldon Cooper has closed the gap on this, and there's going to be a challenge. You know, Jason Aguirre wants to have a big party, a comeback party, his comeback victory. Sheldon Cooper has something else in mind, and Sheldon is flying on the bottom of the racetrack. He rolled, almost contact. They've got Seeley, the lap traffic. Jason Aguirre goes to the bottom. Seeley sideways. Here comes Cooper.
Well, Jason Aguirre knew he had to slide in front of the 89 of Sheldon Cooper, because if he didn't...
Aguirre cut him off. Yeah. Aguirre cut him off
Cooper
big time.
Down in turn 1.
Yep.
And he lights it up and stops. I thought he was going to light it up and keep going.
Yep, Jason Aguirre came down and cut him off. Cooper had a big run. There was no doubt about that. He just came down and sawed that line off. Have 8 laps to go. What a shame. I'm interested to see what race control next door is going to... Rarely do they ever get the leader, but if it's clear and the leader cuts them off, that does happen at times out back, Andy. Well, they'll assign that to the leader as well, so this will be really interesting right now.
Yes, it could be very, very interesting what happens here, and Sheldon's car might have stalled down here. We're waiting to see what they're saying on the radio. I see his crew is on the radio to him, and Howard Holden is sort of like, holding his hands up like they had an issue. We'll wait and see. Maybe Sheldon's pulled the car up down there. Window net is down, so Sheldon Cooper has broken something on the 89 car. Wow. Tough break for Sheldon. Might have broken something in the rear of this car. Yeah, tough break for Sheldon Cooper. See I saw it on a replay on our screen that I have in the booth here, and they were side by side. Sheldon not very happy down there with the 45 at the moment. I'm not sure if that's a tire that has gone down on the 89 car. Sheldon about to have a discussion with our officials over there, and Jason Aguirre currently is scored as the leader. The Dean Gould car with Tim Skoglund. Tim qualified 4th. This has been a good run for Tim Skoglund tonight. Mike Shapiro and Aaron Mullins, they are the top 4 on the racetrack right now. Track crew is looking at the right rear of Sheldon Cooper's car. I'm not sure if that is a problem from earlier that has come about again for Sheldon Cooper. Sheldon pulls that car to the infield. Tough break for, looks like some body work maybe has gone underneath the, and Calvin Hedges had a problem under yellow, the 48 car. The window net is down on that car, so Calvin Hedges struck problems. For our points battle in this live stream, Lily Mead is the current points leader and had a bad race going after that incident with Del McIntosh, but is right behind on the racetrack, right behind Trevor Schlunt right now. So this is kind of big for Lily Mead in that 16 car, that she's able to keep up with that 28 today and maximize the loss of points. This could have looked bad for Lily Mead, but Trevor Schlunt could have driven off into the distance. Now, when they go back green, Trevor's going to start on the inside of row number 3. Lily, that will put Lily to the outside. Now, of course, had that incident with Del McIntosh, and that'll put Del to the next row with Lily's teammate beside him. So we will get this thing going here shortly with Jason Aguirre, the leader, from Tim Skoglund, Mike Shapiro, the fast 3, Mullins, Schlunt, Mead, McIntosh.
2 to go,
Burnett,
Outback Andy. 2 to go. What a...
The 5 of Eric Seeley.
Sorry, I just jumped on the radio there. Didn't hear you until feed kicked back on, a little delay. But what a shame that Hedges' car broke as well. You know, they had to reclip that car from the big crash. He's been running pretty fast. Should be 1 to go right now. And Skoglund will be a new customer for Aguirre. And there's no doubt that Aguirre chopped him off. Sheldon was upset. But here's a point I'm going to make. Sheldon's car was so fast. He had flown on the bottom. He had 8 laps to go. He had a lot of time to overhaul Aguirre in a major way. He was much faster. I know you don't want to be cut off. He's going to be upset like that. But Sheldon had a lot of time. He's finished 2 5ths and a 6th in the TV show. Take a deep breath. Take your gains home right here. And he could have went up and won that race. He still had 8 laps to go. All right, Outback Andy, the new start procedures, which basically are CRA start procedures. Cone right down here. Here we go. They're rolling. Aguirre's got to be the leader. Comes off the hill. He is the leader. Green flag's out. We've got a race. Outback Andy, 8 laps to go.
And Skoglund down in turns 3 and 4. A couple of times had to back out of it.
Oh, Shapiro.
Shapiro
got into Mullins, 21. And then that allowed Trevor Schlunt to slip by and gain another spot. He could gain 2 more over Lily Mead. This would be really significant in the point battle for the local championship, the Madera late models.
Yeah, I was just talking about that while you were away.
28's big loop right off screen. We're watching. I'm turning into a race fan instead of watching our little monitor here. Our giant TV monitors you and Steven have. That's not fair.
McIntosh has got by Lily Mead, and Shapiro has dropped like a rock. I thought Mike Shapiro, it seems like it takes a few laps.
Let me get back there. Let me get Zach back there for you. Zach, let's slide back real quick to the orange 28 car off turn 4. We've got 5 laps to go. Let's hang out there. That battle's getting ready to happen. Shapiro's coming in. He wants that position for 4th. Trevor Schlunt wants the points for 4th. Lily Mead gets into the back of McIntosh again. They're trying to go around. Lily's trying to close that gap. You've only got a couple of races left in the championship, and you're talking a couple of...
Oh, McIntosh again.
Oh, they're tied together.
Lily Mead.
Oh, they touch?
Yeah, they touched, and Lily's on the inside, McIntosh on the outside, and Lily spins
back
around.
Away.
And so too, Del, both cars off the wall. This is the second incident between Lily Mead and Del McIntosh that's resulted in yellow, multiple on-track incidents in this race so far.
Unfortunately, that was just off screen. We were just ahead of them. That battle was Shapiro.
That was kind of a racing deal. They just kind of got together. And
but a racing deal. But Lily's been putting the bumper to McIntosh, and McIntosh is racing her really, really hard. I mean, they are really going at it. Lily's racing for a championship. So is Dale. So they're really going at it.
Yeah, I saw Jeff Mead has come down from the spotter stand. So I'm not sure. He didn't look very happy, so Lily will have to drop backwards with, and will actually, in fact, going to the infield now. So, kind of wonder if our officials have not.
They may have parked her.
And Dell as well goes to the infield.
Well, it is club racing.
Yep, he's going to his pit stall.
It's club racing. We don't like contact whatsoever. I think they determined that was Lily's fault. I'm guessing. We're not monitoring race control. I'm just over here hanging out with you and enjoying this side. Looks like they're working on Dale's car, like he may return, but Lily looks to have been parked, or something's broken the car. I would assume it's parked. This will be significant, though. And even for Lily, like I was talking about with Sheldon, sometimes you have to be a little more big picture. Sheldon had 8 laps to go. He didn't have to take the leader out right there or get into him and the leader cuts him off or whatever. And that's 1 point. 1 to go right here, by the way.
Well, talking about big picture.
Lily needed to be more big picture there. She's really working over and really leaning all over the 26. And a little bigger picture. Now you just gave up some more points. So, but back to the restart out back, Andy.
Yep.
Jason Aguirre on the point.
Talking about big picture, too, Jason Aguirre needs to be very, very careful because he's upsetting that 9 car. Some incidents on the yellow laps from Jason Aguirre, and I don't think the 9 is going to be very happy with him here, so Jason can expect absolutely no courtesy from that 9 car, Kenny.
3 laps to go. The battle right now is for third. Trevor Slent could be the point leader right here, but we've got a big battle up front. We'll go to the leader, Jason Aguirre, on his return trip coming off at turn 4, the 45 car. 2 laps to go. Shapiro almost gets into the 28, but our leader, Jason Aguirre, 45, that's our target. White flag next time by.
Yes, 2 laps of racing. Jason Aguirre gets off of not up turn.
Look at Skoglund. Look at Skoglund roll that car. He's trying to get to Gary's back bumper. White flag race fans coming out right now. 1 lap to go for the Jason Aguirre return party.
Well, Tim Skoglund's not got to overdrive the car. Jason Aguirre has been in this position many, many times here at Madera Speedway as they thunder down into nice right turn. And it's a nice right. The 45 SD. He'll get to victory lane. Hand out the window from racing Jason Aguirre. Tim Skoglund, Aaron Mullins, Trevor Schlunt, Mike Shapiro, and Mike Brunett. And the 5 of Eric Seeley. That's the way they finished this particular race this afternoon. And racing Jason Aguirre, it'll be a party in Atwater tonight, Kenny Shebbet.
Yep, you'll have a few unhappy people because there's only 1 winner at each race. That was intense for club racing. Nice return. Congratulations, Jason Aguirre. Sheldon Cooper, I want to congratulate him. He was the best car, fastest car, and what he gains here, he will be able to take back into the TV show. Can Sheldon get a podium finish next week? He might.
Very
He's
close.
been 5th.
He's very close.
We've got a few people suspended. That'll take a few out of the picture. I think it's something special is about to happen for Sheldon, so he's got to look at the big picture. Could have a podium. Right now, Jason Aguirre making his way to the podium. It looks like Tim Skoglund is already there. He pulls through second place. Aaron Mullins. What a run for Aaron Mullins. We didn't get to talk to him or about him too much. He was sideways and hustling. That fender ended up on the track because of
lost that
contact.
fender early, too.
Yeah, but Jason Aguirre rolling into victory lane. This will be interesting. Let's see, race fans out there on Short Track TV, 6 o'clock. We were just going to go live, and we just whipped right through the show for you. I want to see who's saying what here. What do you guys think? Gary's in the house. Tim, you're a winner. Rachel Cam. Will Sheldon go talk before the interview? Yeah, we should have. You know, normally we would have interviewed right there Sheldon Cooper at the halftime.
Yep.
Or, pardon me, out in the infield if we had Jason Galvin on our TV show. Ronnie Roberts, so the 45 gets to keep his spot. Wow. That was the call they made next door. So, again, they're calling the race here. Let's see, on the fly rules. Got to love inconsistency in Madera. James Scott. Well, you got to love people that just like things when they're one way, I guess. Huh? Patrick Geiger changes every week. Yep. For the better. We're always improving. Race and Jason, let's go. Trevor. Yeah, so what they called on Sheldon Cooper, since somebody had a comment there, Jason Aguirre definitely, as we noted here, Jason Aguirre chopped him off. Sheldon tried to avoid him and spun around when he tried to avoid him, and that was the call from the officials. Yep. So I guess if they'd have both gone around, they'd have gone to the rear, or if there was a little more contact, they'd blame the 45 possibly. But again, you're the leader. It's going to have to be very significant to put a leader to the rear under race conditions.
Tim Scoglin's down there talking to.
They were high-fiving.
Yep.
They were high-fiving and thumbs up and happy. So again,
Dean Gould's very happy down there. Dean, they've had a tough go with that car, but that's a good performance today.
Right. Well, I like what I saw of the restarts. I can tell you that. It's back to what we pretty much had, if you remember, Andy, in 2015. It was really that same style, that territory over there.
Michael's waiting down there for us.
Let's see if, hold on a second.
1, 2, 1, 2.
Yeah, we got you loud and clear, Michael. Go ahead there.
Okay, Jason, let's go.
Michael's saying it's late. We've got oil to clean up. Let's whip the horse and get going here. Lucy, Michael, the whole group, they help so much.
Yeah, the pit has to be cleaned up because you have a swap meet here tomorrow. So get that pit area all cleaned up nice and early today instead of being 4 in the morning when you guys finish.
Yeah, last week was about 4:30.
Yeah, those guys are rolling in at 5 to start the
They were already lined up. We were having a hard time getting out. All the vendors were coming in.
Well, he's climbing out of the car, Kenny Shepard. He's returned to racing in that Corbin Cash Waterford Irrigation, number 45, racing Jason Aguirre after being out through a medical illness. So he's back, and he'll be happy.
Yep, a return of Jason Aguirre to victory lane. Again, I think fastest car on the track tonight, Sheldon Cooper. Big gains by Sheldon, 2 fifths and a 6, I think, in the last three TV shows. So
looks like Sheldon lost a tire down there on the 89. That's what happened to the 89. So put Sheldon out.
But this is a good example too. Let's see something here. See if we can. Let's get Zach. Go to the. Never mind, Zach. I was going to have you go to the 89, but we're going to stay. Jason's coming up. Zach, he's out. All right, we're going to move this direction, and then Jason Aguirre, go ahead, Andy.
Well, down there, trackside, back in black, the Corbin Cash Waterford Irrigation, number 45. Going to be a big party in Atwater tonight, racing Jason Aguirre. That was a great race. You had some good battles down there. Sheldon Cooper took it up to you, and then Tim Scogland in the 9 car. Tim was going to be a tough customer for you.
Yeah, that was a tough race, Sorry about what happened to Sheldon there. I didn't see him stick his nose in there. He tried to make a move at the last second, and, we made contact. That's too bad. That's not the way I want to race him. But the 9 car, he's been tough all day. But I'm just glad to come out here and get a win, thanks to Corbin Cash, David Souza family, the Needham family with Waterford Irrigation. We got a lot of help here. My fiance Michelle has been a big help on this team, and my sisters are involved. Taste of Tequila and Atwater. We got Driven Animosity, Steven Gonzalez deal helping us out, and we have a lot of help with this deal. And we got Ray Ray's Pizza from Nashville, Tennessee. Take it or leave it. We got Candace Randolph, her music. You can find it on iTunes. But this is just a family effort, and I'm glad to come out here and snag a little win tonight.
Jason, this is Kenny. That car looked pretty stable tonight, really fast. Tell me about, obviously you had the surgery, you were out for the whole year. You've been watching a lot of the shows, I'm sure, on ShortTrackTV. What's the track like now with the new surface compared to before your surgery or even last year?
It's quite a bit different. There's so much grip. It's calling for a whole new setup. But the inside, the outside, it doesn't matter what you do. It has so much grip. It's actually fun to drive because you can do different things in the corners, late apex, early apex, diamond the corner. You can just make up all kinds of stuff and it sticks. And it's a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun out there rolling the top side. I don't know if I should have dropped to the bottom, but I was having such a good time rolling up the bank and throwing a little apex in some corners. I was trying different things. And my brother-in-law, Gerardo Yanez, he's a great spotter, and he kept me at bay with these guys, and I was moving around the whole time. And the track's just unbelievable. That's why we're seeing great TV races here. But, we'll be back. I'm not real happy with the car. The handling was good, but we're having a little bit of problem with the motor. The fuel system just acted funny. But, I'm very, very blessed to come here and get a win with what we got.
Well, it'll be interesting to see you if you get an opportunity, I'll ask you about what your remaining schedule is here in a minute, but you've seen Buddy Shepard and the guys running really high, and obviously it's not dark right now, but if it's 9 o'clock, you can almost run up there next to the wall, which, by the way, the Aguirres were pretty popular for that way back in the day here. But so I think I'm interested to see a driver like you even head up to that third step. Buddy was in it last week in the top side. You were kind of in the middle, but have you had a chance to go higher any practice, or was that as high as you're running in the race today?
No, last night I went higher. We actually ran a different gear last night in practice, and I was able to move up. But because of the way the car was coming off the corner on the bottom, I decided to put this gear in it at the last minute just to play it safe so I can run the bottom. But definitely when we come back for TV night, it's going to be a little bit taller gear, and I'm just going to work on that middle to high groove.
Speaking of TV night, perfect segue. What's the rest of your schedule look like for this year?
You don't know. I mean, we just bought a new home, and we're just taking it 1 week at a time. I mean, you probably have a better answer for that question. We'll see what the payoff looks like tonight.
Actually, you might want next week with as many people suspended. There's a good payoff and very few people coming for what it might look like. But congratulations. Good job. Comeback win for Jason Aguirre race fans in a major way. Thank you, Jason, for attending the race tonight and putting on a good show for us.
Thank you, Kenny, for putting this show on for us. We're just blessed to have you, as I believe you're the #1 promoter in the country, and thank you. Thank you and Tammy.
Well, I appreciate that. That's 180 out, what most people called me all week after last week, but I appreciate it. We're very proud we can put these races on, and we're doing them for free. All your fans, bunch of people watching right now. It's something special we're able to do because of our sponsors, just like all the sponsors on your car, even with no fans, no beer sales, any of that.
Thank you. We'll see you in a couple weeks.
Time to go get the party started in Atwater tonight for Jason Aguirre. I'm sure he'll fire up the barbecue like he normally does, and a few cervezas down there as we get ready to bring up to the podium a guy that's moved over from open wheel racing to late model racing. Sometimes it's not been so kind to him, but tonight I think this is probably his best run. The number 9, the Dean Gould car with Tim Scoggin on board. Good job tonight, Tim.
Thank you much. It was a darn good road. I mean, we come into a lot of these TV shows, and the competition there is quite stiff. So come down here to a local show and enjoy a night with a little less stress and have a whole lot of fun, and thankfully dodge a lot less wrecks.
Tim, that's one of the things that's kind of magic about the club racing, the way we've set this up. And when I originally did it, it sounded crazy. Same rules, but you have different sets of cars. Only one of the cars in tonight's competition was in the TV race last week. A lot of camaraderie and just a completely relaxed atmosphere with this. So it is a lot of fun. I appreciate you making that point. Your car, though, it looks like you guys made some adjustments. That car was really handling well. It was a good race car on the bottom. It looked like a short-run car. They got away from you, but right away that thing would fire off. Was it more of a short-run setup? Is that what the case was tonight?
Oh, yeah, about 5 or 6 laps we had on the tires. And once they got warm, the ass end would just start coming out from underneath me. And it was all I could do to keep her out of the fence down the straightaway. But it was a bit of fun, and I was surprised. We actually hit our fastest lap, and fastest lap ever in that car, about lap 38 on that last short stint. It was pretty good, but we've been making gains and trying to find that last little speed, and we get another 10th or two, we'll actually be top 5 competitive on a TV night.
Yeah, and it looks that way. That car looks like it has a lot of speed, and it also was rolling the bottom, rolling the top, had all the good looks to it. I know Dean's the owner. Who helps you guys on that car? What decals are on that thing?
I mean, I couldn't be out here with quality furniture installation and setting the stage. Hairtech, Scopod, Gould Motorsports, and I mean just Dean and Jason Lawton, those guys. I mean, without them I wouldn't be here without the chance. But then at the same time, it wasn't for them I wouldn't have a car to drive. So, and they're in the shop every night with me, and we bust our butts to see if we can make this thing fast and go have some fun.
Well, we appreciate you guys being out here. You guys are always a lot of fun. I'm kind of partial to number 9, my favorite number. So congratulations on a second place run tonight. Great to see you guys making moves forward. Good guys on that team. Thanks for being here.
Yep, thank you much, Kenny. It was a whole lot of fun. Thanks for having us.
Well,
great job by Tim Scoggin tonight.
Yeah, it'll be interesting right now. Aaron Mullins, again, really, really good run by Aaron Mullins. He didn't want an interview. So, must be busy. Wants to go find his fender, I guess, out back Indy. But great run by Aaron. That's like a Port City race car they went back and picked up. And let's see. No more. Angela, let's see who else on here real quick before we sign off. Extreme Sports, no rubbing both sides, 45. Yep. Well, race fans, I hope you guys enjoyed our Short Track TV, not really night, afternoon. It feels like night with all the clouds out here, huh?
I want to thank Nut Up.
Smoke, I should say.
Nut Up. Remember, Mav TV 20, get 20% off all your Nut Up products, and 5150 LTM, you can get those $5 cases and the 20% off at 5150, and also night brought to you by Mission Foods as well, Kenny Shepard.
Well, let's jump on that real quick and plug it. It's real important. These are free live streams. Again, I've said it many times. Most of our friends are doing $20 and $30 pay-per-views each weekend. We're doing these for free. Nutup.com is on the screen right now. Use the MAVTV20 code, as Outback Andy was talking about. Go to nutup.com. Punch in MAVTV20 at checkout. That's the best way you can say thank you for these free live streams to help us keep them free. I can't express to you how much we could use our fans back in the stands, beer sales, popcorn, hot dog sales. It's just there's no way to run the store, so to speak, without the customers. And the only way we're remotely able to do this is because of the support from Nut Up, Mission Foods, 5150, and especially on these free live stream club races, Nut Up. So that's the best way you can say thank you, the best way we can keep these things free. Outback Andy was just talking about Mission Foods, our brand new sponsor. More announcements. I've got a big meeting Monday afternoon, Zoom meeting. I'd rather be down in Dallas, Texas with them. But Mission Foods, a lot of their products are amazing. They were on board my car in 1994, so make sure you're putting some Mission in your kitchen, as we like to say. And then Outback Andy Foster was mentioning 5150. Make sure you go there. They're blowing out a bunch of their product, 5150 energy drink, $5 sales. They've got other product that's not just $5 sales, but you can also use a MAVTV20 code at 5150LTM.com for 5150 products. So support the brands that support our sport. That's why we're able to do this. This is absolutely probably the most impossible situation I've been in, Outback Andy, running a racetrack. I've done this for 14 years. There's no money. There's no way to run the show, and we're trying to do it big, and there's also so many negative attitudes. Last week was a perfect example of it, and just complete intensity from a lot of people. When all of our friends are racing for trophies, we're running big events, and so this is probably the most difficult thing we've ever done. So the bright light in all of this is we're able to provide a lot of free content for our fans, and we're able to keep the sponsors in the game. We're able to keep payouts going. We're not just racing for trophies, so it's really positive that way. And you're always trying to find the glass half full in a bad situation.
Yes, it is. Like you say, there's a lot of tracks out there that didn't even open this year, and have cut their purses way down, or almost to nothing. Just like Kenny said, just running for trophies, live streaming everywhere. Everybody's having to pay for it. It's coming free to you once again. Nut Up, 5150, Mission Foods, knocking doors down. Those companies and associations. Come to us so we can bring this to you every Saturday night, and next week will be a 5150 Pro Late Models and or the Junior Late Models and the Nut Up Pro Late Models next Saturday night. Full supporting program. It's going to be a great night of racing next Saturday night, Kenny.
Yeah, it's round 7. Boy, they come at us in a blur. We've got round 7 next week, 5150 Junior Late Models. We've got the Nut Up Pro Late Models. We also have Mini Cup Bandoleros, and then we've got the Grand National type car, Challenge Cup cars on the schedule, which is basically a cup car, and we're wanting to run those with a lot of our kids here in attendance. So we've got that event, and then 2 weeks later, again, that'll be the Short Track Shootout. I mean, they're coming at us so rapidly. October 3rd, Short Track Shootout, $10,000 to win. Best competition in the country. We'll be here that night. But the weird thing, race fans, is that's usually our finale, for the late models. So for the guys racing in the points, it's really a difficult situation where now they've got to go and race 2 weeks later after the Short Track Shootout. And you think about this, our biggest events this year were incorporated within our schedule. Really, really an odd dynamic, tough on the race teams. So for the headhunters that come in, the big money, the guys hunting the money, that's a different dynamic, but you've got a lot of pressure on our points runners as well.
Certainly have. It's been a great night at Madera once again for our club event, getting finished early here in what you can call smoky Madera, California. We are thinking about everybody that's been affected by the firefighters. Please keep all of our firefighters in your thoughts and prayers, because Kenny, they're doing a great job out there trying to protect everybody's property and person.
And I think that puts a lot of emphasis for me. I saw the contrast. I saw the best side of a lot of people this past week. I saw the worst side of some people you wouldn't think you'd normally see it from. All of the emotions. And at the end of the day, we just get to race. We're blessed and fortunate to race. And just up the hill, the reason it's so smoky, right up the hill, Oakhurst. I mean, if I was in my airplane and flew straight up that direction, you're not talking. I mean, it's just, just barely up the road. People are evacuating all over, and even this week for us, we had a family here at the Madera Speedway. We had other people that we helped. We had race equipment we were moving for people. So, it really put things in perspective for me, how fortunate we are that are not dealing with emergencies like that. And there's so many people in the state of California, or so many people on the West Coast, Western United States, dealing with these fires. It's a horrific situation, and just how it's upended so many lives. So to be able to see that side of life this week, in contrast, here we are at the racetrack again. We're fortunate to be here. We're fortunate to do what we're doing. Now, my wife wouldn't tell you that, and you know that. She's ready to do, like I heard up north, there's a track that this is their last night of racing, and it's just financially, this is so rough. But again, we're fortunate to have the sponsors, and I'm pretty hard-headed, so we'll see the season through, and we'll keep doing these live streams for free. I see a lot of you guys making comments right here at the end. We appreciate your kind remarks. And again, race fans, support the brands that support our sport. Go to nutup.com, MavTV50. That's the best way you can say thank you. It helps us out. Dave Pereira, thank you so much for tuning in. Angela, Steve Fernandez, Racer Dad. What a good tag there. And on. Michael, whole bunch of you guys. So thank you guys so much for tuning in, helping us out, making us fun. Sorry it's not a nighttime race. I like nighttime races. I like them all the way up the hill.
Nighttime's the right time.
Yeah, now we've got the reality of ripping the speedway apart and spending a lot of resources to get these lights working again for next Friday night. So Andy and Steven, have all the fun. It's great to be back on the microphone with you, Andy. Yep. And like we like to say, and I'll say it real short, I had Zach here, Michael McMeans, and Andy. So for Outback Andy Foster, Michael, Zach, and the rest of our great crew, I'm Kenny Shepard. Thank you for watching. Tune in next Saturday night for another TV series from right here at the Madera Speedway. Nut Up Pro Late Models, 5150 Junior Late Models. Teams promise no yellow flags, Andy. Yep. You believe that? And keep an eye on our website, too, racemadera.com and Madera Speedway on the Facebook. Yep. All right, and fans. YouTube, ShortTrackTV. Time to wrap it up, 6:20. What an evening. Thanks for the fun here out back, Andy. Race fans, thanks for joining us. We'll see you guys next week right here on Short Track TV. Good night.